Yes.
Are we on?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he just
we
turned
are
it on.
on.
He just turned it on and then yawned. Yeah, everybody's going to be thrilled.
Actually, I was yawning during the countdown.
Okay.
Wonderful.
We're on. We're back. It's working. For now. Touch wood.
I have faith.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, bearded Lockhart. Hey, I have to say, your beard does actually age the gap between the last session and this one.
Or maybe I just grow facial hair at an alarmingly fast rate.
Yes. Sasquatch.
Or we flew in Finn, and after Lockhart went missing in a snowdrift, and Finn is currently taking over his place.
And
we
gave
weren't gonna tell
elocution
anybody.
lessons.
And as he's in Canada where no one swears and everyone's pleasant, he's just...
He's undercover.
I'm Finn doing an incredibly accurate Lockhart vocal impression.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good, actually.
a boot.
A boot.
A boot.
A boot. That's all. I think that's pretty much all that you say, right?
Apparently.
A boot.
I think he's going to come and... This is the way to encourage Lockhart to come and visit us, because he's going to get so annoyed with me, he's going to want to bash me. And then we can say,
That
come
what
on
you
then.
kids call it nowadays.
Bash me. Yeah. Like... oh. Shut
Oh,
up.
yeah, like that. That made it better. That's right. That made it so much
You
better.
know that's my punching motion.
Oh, as opposed to your fisting motion.
I'll show you that later.
Thank you, dear.
You're so gonna get a kick. I'm gonna shut up now. Sky pretty. Trees somewhat over there somewhere. So, who's doing the recap?
You are.
I am? Okay.
You said you were.
No, I said I was gonna read it, like,
Oh, so who are you giving a shout out to?
I don't know. I'm torn now, because there was 3 of them, actually.
Well,
Well,
what's the
someone was
three? I
first.
just saw Presto, Jeff, and Thing.
Let me see. I thought there was somebody after Thing.
There's somebody right before and somebody after.
Well, yep, there is. Okay, so Presto Jeff gets points for doing it the fastest. Let's see how quick he did it after I posted. Oh, he did it like 20 minutes after I posted. That's pretty good. But his is quite brief. And then Thing posted like 5 minutes later. His is very long and it's probably bullshit.
Well, thank you for the first part of that, at least.
Does it have Gary the Elf saved everybody written in it somewhere?
Let me see what Light Pagoda did. Light Pagoda would have gone with, you just finished part 2 of the story, survived the boss encounter by the skin of your teeth and a generous GM, and have been invited into the mission
Generous GM.
to start part 3, top of page 24.
I like how it seems the viewers are split between me being a generous GM and me being an evil, mean GM.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
funny.
It's-
Shall I read out
I
what
think the part where you're a generous GM is the part where you brought in an NPC to help us out. But also he was absolutely fucking useless. So he distracted one mook for 2 rounds before taking so much damage he had to run away.
Yeah, but since we were so close to being totally dead,
It's true.
The 2 rounds probably.
Had that mook actually been beating on us for those 2 rounds, we may well have TPK'd.
I shall read Things posting, as it seems to be the most in-depth.
Probably the most inaccurate.
Okay, well, then it'll jog our memories. Okay, we went
jog your
into
memory
this...
out of my post.
Does it really start with okay?
Yes.
Not hello or
Just children.
hi boys or...
Shush, children.
Sorry.
Fingers
We
on
are so-
lips. Okay, we went into the sewer place, rundown house in Underbridge, where Natasha Van Kaskakin was hiding. For
Natalia.
several... Natalia. He's written Natasha.
I didn't have my
That's-
notes at hand.
I told you he's making it up.
That's not a good
We then
start.
fought and killed the ancient dragon and stole its treasure, which we have still yet to identify, but there was a damn sight lots of it.
We fought several sewer goblins and some sturges. We all fell in the muck and probably contracted filth fever. Then fought Natasha stroke Natalia in the rafters with her goblin guards and a goblin snake down below. That's Bellow you've actually written.
Well, yeah.
She was acting delusional, like she was high and mighty. I used up my last burning hands in the fight. After rendering her unconscious, we stripped her of her stuff. Misaki picked up the shard relic peace thing that we were looking for and started acting even more in charge, etc. We left
Even
the
more in
house
charge.
carrying Natasha stroke Natalia, only to find a lady with a whip and thugs waiting for us that demanded the shard. We fought. Timmy showed up having given money to Fenster the Blight to come and help us. He fought a few rounds before retreating with some wounds. Niramore went down on... Oh no. Niramore went down, full stop. The lady attempted to search and coup de grace Natasha stroke
That's funny,
Natalia.
yeah.
After I got a lucky hit and finished the last thug, she decided to retreat. I think you hit her one more time as she left. Then I stabilized, I being thing, stabilized Natasha and poured my healing potion down Niramore's mouth, reviving him. Then we departed with Timmy, Niramore carrying Natalia, and you insisted on leading as we followed you back to the manor house. Because I'm in charge, bitch. Once we were there, you commanded the servants to run you a bath. Ah, that's where the bath was. And you went to soak while we cleaned up the guest shack. When we closed, we were getting ready to see the lady of the house, and I think you had doused yourself with 3 or 4 bottles of the choicest perfume. That sounds about right. All right. We're good. We got it. It wasn't even 2 buyers. That was pretty good. Even though you did get, like, the main NPC character's name.
Nice. So
But you knew what your own name was, right? I didn't even know my own name this morning, so... No, my character's own name, not my actual own name, probably. All right, I'm good.
So, yes. So when we left off, Gary and Niramore were in the
Gary.
guest house. A guard was standing outside the bedroom where Natalia had laid to rest, a grievous wound to her head. You had been given a couple, 4 Cure Light Wound potions, but I don't believe you had used any of them at the moment.
No, they're still in the party inventory.
I have a random list of things that I believe could be part of this game, maybe. Or maybe not. So it was like parchment with sparkly ink.
Yep, that was Scroll of Shield.
Yes. Is that from
Was
this?
that Natalia?
Okay.
You identify that.
Yeah, I managed to identify that one. I
So
read
what,
magic.
what
in it.
I've got, so what I've got is magic parchment is actually a scroll of shield.
There was, since you can use Read Magic to pretty much automatically get scrolls, I think that's why you were able to know what one that was.
Yeah.
Really. But we haven't had time to actually identify anything, right?
No, not the wand or the boots or the...
So if you had time to give that a once over while we were dealing with Natalia.
Natalia
Probably had
Give
time
Natasha out
between
of your-
scrubbing, but
Did you roll already? You're only allowed to do it once per day, aren't you?
yeah.
So this stuff was on her, or was it gathered up in the room?
A little bit of both. I think
Okay.
some was on her and some was around the room. But I think most of what we
Unfortunately,
got
this was the part I didn't quite have time to listen to.
I don't know whether
believe you
Thing had
guys-
time to ID anything because we were leaving.
Yeah, I think we just gathered up and ran back here, and then we were mainly worried about scrubbing ourselves to presentable so we could talk to the lady of the house.
I believe the general point was to get in a safe location, not in this shack in the middle of the highest crime rate area of Magnamar.
Correct.
The way I have everything written down, I just have parchment with sparkly ink, stick with shields. So if you'd
I've got
been
this-
identifying, I would have added to that.
Yeah, I've got this
So-
too.
I think we all just wrote it down because
Thing, can you cast shield?
Nope.
At all? It's not on your list at all.
No, it's not a... shield itself isn't a cleric spell.
So what do we do with the scroll of shield?
give it to me.
You could use it. Do you have used magical device?
Let me see.
Well, right now you
No,
guys
not
are
right now.
separated. Misaki is
Yeah,
just
I'm
finishing up her
I'm
bath, which for some reason she bullied the servants, and Lady Hardmark seemed to allow her to take the bath.
and so she should. Does she not realise who I am?
We are
Exactly.
pretty
course.
stinky, Lockhart.
Hey, I've got create water and soap.
Ooh.
You have create soap. That would be
No,
nice
I've got a
to
bar
get.
of soap though.
Oh, speaking of which, a quick go over of your level ups is probably in order.
Yeah.
I went up to level 2.
Very good.
I
What did you get at
rolled-
level 2?
I got extra hit points. I rolled like 3, and I got my con is 1, so I added that, and then I had an extra 1 because I got to choose between that or an extra skill point, and I'm fairly skilled. So I took linguistics. I took linguistics, so I got a new language of Thessalonian, and I think that's pretty much it.
You might have got evasion.
Did I?
Oh,
I did. I got
that sounds
evasion.
about right.
I got a rogue talent of weapon training, and weapon focus for the Elven Curved Blade. We have a distinct plan of direction.
What weapon training gave you weapon focus in the
Okay,
Elven?
I didn't know which way around it was.
Yeah, it's I love the rogue talents that give you feats because they're just great.
Yeah.
Just like free feats.
And then any other particular improvement with your skills, or just kind of a general increasing of your?
A general
abilities?
increasing.
It's level 2. We don't get none of us get a great deal.
My best
Well,
skills
rogue
at the
actually
minute.
can spread them out.
I have my total bonus for acrobatics is 9. Disable device I have at 9. Linguistics and perception at 9. Stealth at 11. Survival at 7. And my knowledges are at 6. With appraise and bluff at 6 and 3. So
Very good.
I'm fairly all right. I'm a fairly reasonable character. Who would have thought it?
And you've got the best to hit in the party right now.
Which one's my to hit? +6.
Yeah,
Is that my to hit?
yeah,
Attack bonus is to hit, right?
yeah.
I think I've forgotten how to roleplay.
You'll pick
come
it
back.
up again.
Yeah, it'll come back to me. There's
Alright.
been a lot of things, but by the way, I would just like to tell everybody that I am now Houston's accessory designer of the year.
Yay!
So there, and you didn't know that, did you?
I
Sorry.
knew that.
I checked. I saw you were a finalist. I didn't see that you'd actually got it.
Oh no, I got the.
What can't you have a Facebook? You don't, do you?
I won the semi-final, meaning the winning of the semi-final allowed you to continue, but also made you like the winner of your city. So I didn't win the final, so I didn't win the national version, which was announced on Monday. But I am still Houston accessory designer of the year. So apparently that's still a good thing.
Hey,
Oh,
Houston.
well, that's
Houston
very
is still the 4th largest city in this country.
Weirdly, my life does not seem much different. There are not like servants coming to like do stuff, and I'm still having to do like pick up dog mess and stuff. I thought that my life would improve, but
Just
apparently
not there. They
it's
must have
just
sent the servants to the wrong address.
that's it. But I did get. I've got it here. I did get the best part of any prize ever, and pretty much my first ever one. I got a certificate, and it's kind of cool. Look, I was so
Nice.
excited. I was like, I get a certificate.
That is flat out a soundbite. I got a certificate, and it's kind of cool.
No, it is. I really like. And I got and we got a pumpkin pie, like because one of the sponsors was a pie company, and they gave me the. And I'm not kidding you, I couldn't lift it. It was so big. So I was like, I don't mean to be rude, but neither Hal or I like pumpkin pie at all. So this is going to be wasted on us.
Lindsay donated it to the crew at the
I
venue.
did actually give it to the
Which
crew.
is why everybody thinks she's amazing.
What was
Well,
that?
besides the fact she is.
What was
No,
that?
that was great. The crew at the venue. I mean, you go back now, you're always the lady who gave them pie. That's definitely a good thing.
There you go.
Ah, I never thought of that. Maybe I wouldn't have so much problem on Friday.
No, sweetie.
Gave them pie.
Okay. I just thought it was the easiest option. Is that not what everybody would have done?
No, sweetie. They
Okay.
took it home and let it rot in their kitchen.
Really?
Yes,
What a waste.
yes.
Shocking. Okay.
Shocking!
All right.
I just wanted to. I don't big
Speaking
myself
of
up very
wastes,
much. So.
what party member is next?
Everybody needs to buy hats. Damn it! Go on. Thing, do you want to go or shall I?
Sure.
Hot tart.
I also went up to level 2 and gained a grand total of 4 wonderful hit points.
I'm going to take my glasses off now because I can't cry with my glasses on.
So my
Oh,
basic attack bonus moved up 1, which makes me slightly less pitiful. I picked up a new language, also picking up Thessalonian because I, read runes on that box the one time. so it's totally justified.
I think it'll help us though, by the looks of it.
Yeah. And then I put a rank into knowledge planes because it's my last knowledge class skill, and then I bumped up a second rank in diplomacy, heal, knowledge arcana, knowledge history, knowledge religion, and spellcraft.
Very good.
Very good.
So what
Any
was
spells?
spells you learned?
Oh yes, and I learned a Oracle Orison of let's go over to that page.
Oh, the power! Here it comes.
Yes, I learned the mighty power of mending,
Oh my goodness! Fix my shit.
and from the Arcana world, I learned Ray of Frost, so I can chill drinks and things.
That's quite useful.
Didn't we talk about acid splash being better?
In general, but then it's I don't know. I think Ray of
Yeah,
Frost has potential for
it-
utility.
Because it can like kill trolls and shit.
Well, that's what people say, but also the acid vanishes in one round.
Yeah, that's true.
Personally, so this technically takes up a level 1 spell for you, right?
It'll go in a
You
Yeah, I
need
guess
to
it
use
goes as a
one
level-
spells to cast it.
yeah, I guess.
I would have actually considered Daze to be a good contender for it, because causing the
Daze is
person
pretty
to
good.
lose a turn. But I don't know.
I guess I could do that. I keep forgetting it's going to take
Daze
a
is
level 1
pretty
slot.
nice. Did you talk to Lockhart about,
Oh, my level 1 spells I never actually used. That,
Oh, that's right. I did get that email. Is there a different?
we were just,
I have
discussing.
no idea what you're talking about.
We were discussing how effective Thing wasn't in combat, and how he might improve his effectiveness in combat through the use of certain applications of magic.
Okay.
That he may have, in haste, selected certain spells that, while he never cast them last 2 sessions, basically because they essentially do the same kind of stuff.
Oh, you mean that he accidentally dreamed that he picked those spells?
Exactly. And perhaps
Yeah.
maybe switching the one out he never cast for something he might actually use would be a good thing.
Well, I don't have a problem with that at this point, but I think you just have to understand that at this level, him being the only person who can cast healing spells.
It's not the
He's not
healing.
gonna be
He
casting.
can spontaneously heal, but you're right. In combat, though, he's totally useless, and we need every piece of help we can. Especially as there's only 3 of us.
Feel pity
would
on us,
say-
mister.
I
Count
wouldn't
them.
say he's completely useless so much as he's still in a very defensive mode regarding magic casting characters, despite having I think, the highest AC in the party.
I think he
Well-
has, yeah. He has the highest AC, probably.
Yet he's still staying in the back.
That's 'cause
and
I bought
the
armor.
useful spell he does have for combat, Burning Hands, requires him to be casting it from the front.
Right.
So the combination of that is why he's been useless in combat.
Which is why we discussed other modes. Perhaps as his oracle might be better suited in kind of a battlefield control kind of a role instead of instead of kind of, I don't know, watching the exit like he was in combat last time.
So what spells were you thinking of switching out? And I know you mentioned I think Summon Monster is one option.
Yeah, I've got Shield of Faith and Sanctuary, neither of which I've really used, and they're both personal protection, and I'm already well armored.
No, Shield of Faith can be cast on other people.
Well, that's
Yeah.
true.
I always thought Sanctuary was a bit of a... I mean, if you're casting Sanctuary, the rest of the party's dead, is basically what's going on.
Well, yeah, and I'm dead in a couple rounds when it wears off.
Exactly.
Well, no, basically Sanctuary is what lets him get up front and heal you in the midst of combat without worrying about getting
It's
hit.
true, but to be honest, in all my years of gaming, I've only ever seen it cast once. To any effect. It's one of those spells that's really good idea, but
Yeah.
they always make their save and beat the living shit out of you.
Well, everybody always makes the save against anything I cast. That's just, the way Tabletop Forge rolls.
Woo! Freeze all round for hit points. Woo!
So are you thinking about nixing both of them, or just Sanctuary, or?
Probably Sanctuary.
And I would keep Shield of Faith because it's a good to have something like that.
Well, and like again, like Shield of Faith is something that really you can reasonably cast that before entering a room on someone, and it's kind of useful.
Yeah, and it's got a little longer. Or is that one run round or 1 minute?
I think it's at least a minute, if not 10 minutes a level. But so yeah, I'm fine with that. If you want to do that right now,
Sure.
woo! Because I do agree that Sanctuary doesn't really get as much use.
As it maybe should.
Yeah.
We like you, Lockhart.
Thank you, Mr. Lockhart.
Just trying to
Yeah,
think of
Shield
things
of Faith.
to give thing a little variability in combat. It's hard playing kind of the Divine Caster sometimes, especially if you're also focused on
Well-
being kind of the knowledge dude.
There's just a simple fact that early levels, you kind of need to recognize that really you're not going to be doing a whole lot besides healing.
Well,
Yeah.
also if you think
One
about
thing-
it, traditionally a Divine Caster would also be pretty reasonable in combat, whereas Thing just isn't because of his all crispy hand business.
It all depends on the type of
It's
thing.
true, but I mean,
everybody's
if
how
most
they're built.
most clerics, even like pussy clerics, can actually hit something if desperate.
Really, what Thing should be looking at, since he does have a lower attack roll, is instead using the Aid Another command,
Right.
which targets a DC of 10.
Hmm.
Ah.
You can use that to, say, give a +2 bonus to one of you guys to hit it. Or,
Aid us Thing.
So I can do aid for combat rolls? I thought that was mainly for skills and...
no, Aid in Cantilupe has application in combat. It's
Ah.
I believe there's no such thing as a useless character so much as something that hasn't found its tactical niche.
What? We never said
Or
useless.
it's a character.
We said
It's gonna
yes.
make my thing.
That's true,
That's
actually.
a whole category all on of its own. They're gonna write books about you. You know that, right?
Actually, what we need to do is get Thing and Val in the
I
same
said
room.
you were gonna say that. See who
next
can
time-
make the brokenest, lamest character in the whole entire world.
I don't know. I've heard some of Paul's characters, too, that seem to be, besides just being randomly annoying, being...
Also very lame.
Now,
So-
we're recording, right?
Yes, we are. So, my character?
Well,
don't really
just
care
make
about
this-
your
so
character.
Thing you have, you're taking Summon Monster then?
Yeah.
We're gonna have buddies.
I totally
All right.
forgot that that cantrip is going to burn a level 1 spell, not be cantropy.
Yeah, that's the suckiest part. So, Niramore. Niramore also went to level 2.
Mm-hmm.
Copycat.
I now have 18 hit points.
Yay!
I got 3 skills. Count them.
3.
But I also
Quite
spent my
good, right?
I also spent my specialization and got 4 skills. So
Very clever.
I'm tremendously. My highest skill is a 10, and it is in survival.
Ooh.
I know.
Bad
so-
idea.
Toss him in the middle of nowhere and he can live.
Crazy, right? I got evasion also, so Thing's the only one without evasion right now.
So Thing, guess what? You don't have to really worry too much about friendly fire. You can burning hands all you want. They'll probably dodge out.
Oh, excellent.
My reflex is, what is my reflex? It's a 4. That can't be right. I don't think I've done my stats up that way. I'll figure it out.
That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't. No,
My
I think
reflex is 7.
Mine's
I think
4.
I don't think I've increased my bases. Hold on, let me look. As a martial artist, I get nothing until 3rd level. So I got my extra monk feat and picked deflect arrows, and that is it. Hey, Rube.
I'm coming.
Oh, I'm up 333. That's good.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah,
I had
solid.
a question. I have put
Yes.
sneak on as a macro, so I just put it down as the 1d6 because that's the damage, right?
Your sneak attack.
Yes.
Correct. 1d6.
And I have also my bite damage. I've put on. Do I have to do a hit to hit with my bite?
Yeah.
Yes. And
So what number does
right
that go
now,
off?
I think you'll be at plus
It's
0 for that.
Oh, wow. So isn't it a bit, what is a secondary attack or a primary attack?
It's a natural attack.
Okay.
That acts. It's basically secondary. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So
But
bite.
it's a
Oh,
penalty. Use it.
A minus what?
-5 penalty.
Right.
Okay, so what would I don't...
It's your strength bonus plus your base attack bonus minus 5.
Okay, so my strength bonus is 2. my
No, she
base
can use her
attack-
dex. It's natural. She can
Oh,
use her
okay,
dex.
yes, you're right. Dex
All
then.
right. So
So it is a 0.
dex plus... What did you say? Base attack.
Yeah.
Where's my base attack bonus hiding? Oh, 1. So 4 plus 1. Why is that 0?
Because it's
minus
minus 5.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is, of course, under the assumption you're using it after you're attacking with a weapon.
Yes.
So you attack with your curved blade and then you do the bite.
Yes. So
If
my to hit
or-
is 0, but
Right.
then I've still got my dice roll.
Yeah.
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 But if you were just biting, it would be a 5.
Okay. All right. I get it. Thank you. So it would be just 1d20 straight.
Correct.
So
So,
doing it-
so I guess your 2 hit is +5/0, depending on
That's
the
what I was
situation.
asking.
Yeah.
That's all I was asking. Thank you. And do you want to go and grab the dog some food while I do this, or do you want to? She's barking. Are you comfortable? I can go.
I'm terribly comfortable.
Okay. I only got your beer and my drinks and everything, so I'll.
I've finished my beer now.
I know. Okay. Never mind. I'll
So that doesn't count anymore, apparently.
If you put the kettle on, I'll make a tea.
Okay. You know exactly how to suck up, you little shit. All right, let me write this
Put the kettle
down.
on, you'll add the water to the dried leaves.
That's
Yeah.
right. And the cow juice to the dried leaves and water.
Cow squirt.
He's funny. Sometimes. He says that he makes much better tea than me.
I do. No offense.
I need to buy some more tea.
What
So
you
do we,
mean?
apparently. I went to make a cup of tea this morning and there was 2 empty boxes of tea bags in the cupboard.
I thought that bottom one was full.
No, the bottom one's empty. That's why he started using the top one.
Do we not have any others?
We do, we just have decaf.
Ugh.
Ha ha.
Fuck decaf.
Don't bother me.
Ugh. Doesn't taste as nice.
There's
Yeah, well.
this nice tea shop that it sells kind of the loose teas. They have this nice cream of Earl Grey tea. It's just
Cream of
wonderful
Earl.
kind of vanilla and Earl Grey type infusion. That's wonderful.
Cream of some
We
young
have
guy.
we have some really nice Earl Greys. Because we have a Keurig machine thing.
Keurig is good.
Keurig is good. Unfortunately, because I don't drink coffee, most of the cups are kind of wasted on me. But their tea is really good, especially the I think it's like Celestial something's black tea is pretty good, and then their Earl Grey is really nice as well. So, and their hot chocolate's pretty good, but their coffee is coffee, so it is wasted on I.
I've been looking at the Nespresso machine. I think it would do good milk for a
You
chai.
are not buying a 4th coffee machine.
Perhaps I could sell one.
Okay, sell 2 at least, and I'll consider it.
But one's at work. That hardly counts. It doesn't count. It's at work. Plus the Keurig doesn't make espresso, which the other one does. So technically we have no machines that duplicate function. You're not listening, are you?
Not that specific a function.
Exactly. One makes espresso, the other one just makes coffee. And then the third one is a Keurig that makes whatever you put in it, but not espresso.
Pod beverages.
Exactly. We tried the Starbucks one in a Starbucks, and it isn't very good.
No.
Just quite funny because they were giving it to us to get our opinion. So we had to be careful and not give them our opinion.
Lindsay was like, okay, make me a chai with it and we'll see, because it's just kind of cool how they put the little pod in and it does its thing. But the milk is powdered, and you can taste that it's powdered, reconstituted milk. So the chai tastes kind of artificial.
Because it's the only thing I drink, literally the only Starbucks drink I drink is the chai. So I'm very sensitive to like any change in it, and they was just not nice at all.
Which is why I think the Nespresso machine would work, because it actually uses real milk coming from a tank on the side rather than powdered milk.
Hey, I do all right with like my boxes of chai from the supermarket, and then a pan on the hob and a whisk.
You do, but you press a button and some milk could appear, and then you could put chai in it. And I could make ristretto when I'm on those shaky mornings.
Not every morning. All right, I'm gonna go and get the dog food, and I'll be back.
So Lockhart, let's go. Tell us things.
Tell you things that now Lindsay's
Do
gone.
we have does this thing have time to check these 3 items over that we haven't identified yet?
Sure.
That'll be something to do. John. Do it, Thingster.
Let's see.
I've got a wand. I have a wand.
Oh, and I get a +2 to spellcraft checks to identify properties of items or something like that for being an elf.
Do you?
A what?
Isn't that one of the elfish traits? The
Doesn't sound like a default.
+2 racial bonus on spellcraft skill checks made to identify the properties of magic items.
Sounds awesome. I want it.
Oh. So you are right.
What do you know?
Apparently, elves have elven magic.
That's pretty cool. Good work,
Yes,
Gary.
you need to get a +2 or whatever that was.
That's pretty important, you know. So this wand with shields on is a
The stick with shields on it is 11.
No,
it's
it
a
is
stick
magical.
It's a magic stick with shields on it.
You know not what magic is held within it.
Ruby.
Let's see.
Hello.
Should I look at the boots next before we heal and wake up?
Yes, do the boots.
At 12. Great.
Gary, you're hopeless.
This thing hates me.
Was that including her +2?
Yeah, that's at the +9 total.
Ah, Gary.
And what was the third item?
The other thing is the coppery triangle. I don't think you're going to get anywhere near.
Misaki has, which is
It's probably in the bath.
a shard, probably a shard from, I would guess, using some player knowledge, a shattered star, perhaps,
No.
and probably something to
Is
deal
this,
with.
is this adventure
vanity or
another?
pride.
Is this adventure another rod of 7 parts?
Yes, that's all.
Oh, okay.
You are yelling.
Am I yelling? Am I yelling? I'm sorry.
Well, they're not going to know because they have to do that. But you
Prob-
are yelling.
The problem is my earphones are so good I can't hear myself talk. You do look a bit like a lady with that hat on.
Like a lady?
You are-
I'd
you're-
hope she
you're
looks
not
like a
even
lady.
close.
No, like our friend lady.
Oh.
You're not even close on those. You have to get at least above 15.
She's a sexy model, according to
Yeah.
Lindsay.
So I'd have to have rolled at least a 6. Whereas I rolled a
Once
2 and a
again.
3.
Tabletop Forge Dice Roller.
Yeah.
It's
Going
really
groups of players. and-
exactly.
I do have my bag of dice at hand if it comes down to it again, because
I've got mine as well.
And
Well, I'm just gonna say if it starts giving us issues, switch the dice immediately because I am not having any of that.
okay. So we
Ooh.
didn't.
Listen,
But
he
it-
was all firm and masterful. Brr.
Did it work for you, sweetie?
No, I was just pointing it out. He's a forceful GM. He's not taking any of that shit.
That's right.
That's good.
Not taking any of your shit, people.
Not like you. You're
Sure.
a walkover.
My walkover.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm a walkover.
you are for me.
I think I'm fair. Okay, so
fair. Where I had to live with rolling 3 1 hit point levels.
we didn't live for long.
So my main question will be, what are you guys doing at this point? To those in the cottage, are you planning on waking up Natalia at all, or just heading straight to the manor? And to Misaki, how long are you going in your bath? And do you plan to speak with this lady who is so graciously hosting your excellence while you're in this town that is below your means?
I think that her and I could probably have a conversation. It would be churlish of me to be rude to somebody that was below me.
Of
So
course, you
I-
must maintain your standards. You can't be
Yes.
rude to the common folk.
Exactly. So once I've bathed and I'm clean and to my satisfaction, I'm going to ask that she meet me in a parlor type place, I guess, for
Excellent.
tea and crumpets. And I don't like my crumpets overcooked. And just a little butter, and just on the side,
All right.
maybe a
the ser-
small bit of jam.
The servant that's dropped off the bathing or dressing gown robe, whatever. Something to transfer you between coming naked out of the bathroom and not having your clothes that are currently being replaced from their sewer residue.
Thank you.
So,
And to the lads in the cottage, then.
yeah. Miramore, for diplomacy shake, should we put a potion down the girl's head, since she's probably not going to be quite as imperious now that
What?
she's been
Now,
removed from
why
the
would
shard?
you think that?
What do you mean?
You guys don't know about this shard.
What?
Really?
She's unconscious still, right? She's at negative hit
Yeah.
points.
She's
Unconscious, yes.
Is that what you're saying? No, I think
Yeah.
I think we should leave her here initially.
all right.
That's why we have the guard. I think the initial conversation, if she wants to talk to her, she can ask to have her brought. But right now she's wounded, and if she's going to get better, we don't have to wake her up to drag her over to have the conversation.
In any event, after a few moments, a servant will come to you saying that the Lord and Lady Hydemark have set up a meeting in the parlor as requested by Misaki and are awaiting your attendance.
As requested.
The
Sure.
Lord, we never. Was I able to scrub my armor enough clean, or should I just take it off and get put on a
You would have had a
robe?
reasonable amount of time with how long Misaki probably took within the bath. I'm sure she probably soaked at least a good half hour or something.
Okay.
You're reasonably not too smelly, providing you've had liberal applications of water and soap. You're probably only wearing minimum clothes, though, if you have spare ones. Maybe have switched into those.
I'm commandeering the ladyship's closet.
I'll switch from my armored adventurer's outfit to my scholar's outfit.
You are informed that the lady does not have any clothes fitting a Tengu's size. The dressing gown is the best you're able to get at this point.
Okay, I guess that will have to work then. But they should really be prepared for all kinds of guests if they're to host people.
And we hadn't met his lordship previously. It was just the ladyship
No,
and
you had not. You are certainly aware that Lord Canavan Hydemark obviously married Sheila, and they share the position of Pathfinder Venture captains of the Magnamar Lodge. But you have not met him yourself until this moment. I hear a small growling. It's kind of cute.
Ruby is in Hal's room trying to convince him to feed her. Her food's there, he just has to do the shit that I normally have to do, which is sit on the floor and play.
because of her eating disorder.
That's right.
So, the
She
two
has
of you,
funlexia.
She's what? Funlexia.
Yeah, she has to have fun in order to eat.
She does. She loves it. It's a great game. For her. For the rest of us, it's just embarrassing. So, can I go and meet them in a robe? Is that, like...
It's.
I think it's
yeah,
okay.
fine.
Yeah, I can do what I like. What the hell am I bothered about? I'll go. My clothes are being... I'm going to need a new wardrobe.
It'll cover your cloaca and all.
They'll cover my what?
The egg-laying organ or whatever.
Is that my dog growling? Do not let my dog make that noise. She does not growl. She's a good girl.
I still got to remember to ask on the Paizo forums how often Tengu lay eggs and if it can be used for dungeon rations.
My eggs cannot be used for dungeon rations.
I've
Should
no
I
doubt
play any?
they-
You just imagine it's like, what's for breakfast?
Well, it's fun. Like, I don't know, Hal, if you read into them, but in the first, oh, what's it called now? I can't think of it. Jade Regent adventure. You're fighting dire corbies,
Yes.
and it specifically says that they eat their own eggs for breakfast.
That's really horrible.
Well, not really. It
Keeps down on the dire Corby
it's
population at least.
unfertilized.
It's a little bit
There's
caustic.
no
It's
life
like half.
within it.
It's like half cannibalism, right?
Well, then what's wrong with cannibalism? Sorry.
I
Can you
suppose
tell I've
it's
been
like
affected by the anthropology
I
class?
suppose it's like felching, right?
As long as you cook and break down the proteins, so you don't get that some of those prion diseases and whatnot, and depending on which parts you eat.
It is, right? It's like felching.
Anyway, sorry.
That must be an English thing.
Class ever for me
Felching,
thinking about
yeah.
designing stuff for RPGs.
It's firing your man juices into an orifice and then licking it out again.
It's so technically a form of cannibalism, I guess.
There you go.
So
we're
essentially
deep
the
into the
same
game
as
now.
essentially the same as eating your own eggs. Hello, Mrs. Thing.
She came in at a good time.
Hal says hello.
And there's also apparently there's like a disturbing popularity of placenta eating happening in North America.
I think that happens. That's
Which is-
kind of vaguely traditional, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something to do
Well,
with.
but see, here's the thing again with the
nutrition
whole
and-
cannibal. Like, where does it? Why is that more traditional acceptable than just eating a unfertilized egg?
Because you're not eating a person.
I would not
It's
eat a placenta.
unfertilized.
Or, well, yeah. I just,
Anyway,
I think I think you've done well in your class because you've kind of got the whole point. So.
That's right. Just keep arguing. That's the whole
No,
point.
but it's about being open to viewpoints of other.
Just about arguing.
it's figuring out the meaning that's been assigned to the ritual from the cultural
Yeah.
text.
It's
of the-
all ritual. If you don't know anything, it's ritual or
Clearly
ceremonial.
ritual.
Yeah, it's clearly ritual.
What is this? Clearly had a
Ritual.
ritual function.
There you go. That's the answer to everything in archaeology or anthropology.
Sorry. So, Misaki is no doubt waltzing down the stairs following the servants, the door to the parlor being opened as Gary and Miramore kind of enter the hallway and are shown to the door of the parlor as well. The Lord and Lady are kind of sitting on just some side chairs. The Lord's kind of enjoying a drink, seems to be looking at a journal and some map sketches. The Lady herself is just kind of sitting, waiting, kind of. There's some chairs sets for you as well.
Cheers.
Please.
And who are
come
you?
Take a seat.
You are the lady of the house, I assume.
We've met her.
Have we met her? Well, yeah,
Has there
no.
been
but-
some magical malady that has hit you? Surely you remember I was the one who hired you.
Well, yes, but I was just double checking that you were who I thought you were.
Yes.
It's so hard
I'm
to
Lady
keep
Sheila Hydemark.
the
I would
eyes on the
be
staff
very
nowadays.
interested knowing how how the success of your mission has gone. By the sounds of you commandeering one of my guards, it sounds like you've retrieved Natalia. And I'd be very interested in hearing the story that has required you to take temporary possession of my own personal bathing quarters.
Well, I was dirty. You expected me to bathe in the servants' bathing area?
Why don't you relate me with the tale of how you became dirty and came to retrieve Natalia? Were you able to retrieve the artifact as well?
I believe so.
May
I can't
see
even remember how that happened. No,
it?
you may not. Sorry. I think one of the others is carrying it somewhere. You
I believe it may have
are
a
you
somewhat.
saying you weren't able to recover it?
I don't concern myself with that kind of thing. I am the leader. I am not the tactician of this band of people. They'll have all the answers for you, I'm sure.
If I may speak, miladies.
I'll give you a really
But of
dirty
course.
look, and then I'll let you talk after a minute or two.
Yeah, we did find everything that Natalia had, and she seemed to be under an influence of something that made her think she was rather noble and high and mighty.
Shayla
How
raises an
sad for
eyebrow.
her to believe that.
You know, referring to thinking we came to try and audition for her to join her following and all that, and after we stripped her of her possessions, Misaki became even more noble than she had been before.
I realized my true calling in life is to be in charge of everybody else.
Upon hearing this, Shayla kind of takes a more considering look, and in looking at Misaki and her behavior. I don't suppose there was a certain item in her possession that's called itself to being in the possession of the most worthy member of your party. Was there?
Well, I'm not sure actually. So, what time is dinner? I'd like to know so that I can prepare myself.
I merely ask, of course, because if this artifact is what I suspect it is, I may have a way to improve it if it was presented.
Improve it.
Indeed.
Well, there might be something. I may have picked it up. And, I don't know. Maybe I must have left it in my room. But I could go and get it for you.
As we were leaving,
That would be most kind and magnanimous of you, Misaki.
I know.
as we were leaving,
You guys can kind of see that her husband is kind of raising an eyebrow and kind of has this wry smile to his face seeing his wife act this way.
He's busy sneaking
Yeah.
behind Misaki with a bat.
No,
Misaki,
he's probably enjoying every second of it. His wife's having to bow down to a bird lady.
yeah, Misaki, you remember that rather rude woman that confronted us on leaving Natalia's hiding spot?
Oh yes, I remember her.
Was asking us to surrender the shard, so I'd assume that
shard.
whatever was around may be broken and in need of repair.
Oh, I assumed that was just one of your names, and that she was asking for me to give you up. I didn't realize that it was actually anything else. Okay, well, I may have hidden it in my room, and I will have to go and retrieve it for you if it's that important for you to see it.
Well, it's only clearly important that you should only have the best and a repaired object.
You're right. There's no point in me having something that would help me be a greater leader without it being its full potential. Absolutely.
Of course.
So I shall go and do that.
You
Stop
are
holding me
very
back.
right in your
I will go
assertion.
right now. And I'll bobble off.
And when she turns her back, can I cast Detect Magic and see if there's blinding, glowing magic on her?
There is no
Oh
magic.
God, you're blind.
Am I on magic? That's ace.
Well, I suppose this depends. Are you carrying it on your person, or have you actually hidden it in a
Well,
room?
I'm only in a robe, aren't I? So I would have taken off my clothes and, like, it'll be with him with my stuff, I guess.
No, you specifically said that you were kind of hanging on to it, I think.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
well,
think you were
probably-
not leaving it out of your hands.
It's probably in the robe pockets then. Yeah, you're right. Probably is. I'll still carry on with my facade. I'll go outside of the room, and
Okay.
even though you probably all clearly can see that it's in my robe pocket. Big
Is that a
shiny.
shard, or
It's,
are you
like,
just happy to?
it's big and green like kryptonite, glowing in my pocket.
I'm back.
You went away?
Thanks.
No, I meant really. I didn't
So,
see you go. Sorry.
So you step out for a moment, and you come back in holding the shard.
Is this what you're looking for? I'm pretty sure it's not, but
Shayla tries to hide it, but her eyes do seem to kind of widen a bit upon seeing the shard, and she's like, yes, of course, that is exactly the object that would have been found. Yes.
and you say you can make it better.
Well, notice how there's a spot in the middle, a depression within the metal. And you
There
can
is.
see indeed there is a circular depression,
Mhm.
looking kind of a spot where like a marble or something could kind of be placed in the middle of it.
Okay.
We believe that the artifact relates to the Aslanti people. And of course, they were known for their use of ion stones. I believe this stone, she says, pulling out a... Oh, where is this? Yeah. No. Why can't I find it? Oh well. She pulls out... Ah, there we go. A scarlet and blue sphere. And if you command, I will certainly attach it, and it will, of course, improve the abilities of the shard.
And you would be willing to give up something of yours to improve my
Well,
awesomeness?
clearly this belongs to the possession of the shard, and therefore to the possessor of the shard.
Of course. And you say there's no other way for me to improve this on my own?
They are keyed to a specific ion stone, and consider this a gift, of course, to your success in leading this operation.
Very well. I like gifts. You may try.
Thank you.
Well, basically, she's offering it kind of to you to insert into the
Oh, okay.
crevice.
I'll do it. I'll make it.
Okay. As you take and insert,
So what is the thing that she's handing me look like again? I heard kind of
it's basically
like a
marble,
orb, like a
scarlet and blue sphere.
okay.
It wouldn't be like. Are you aware of ion stones, or the things that usually float around people's heads?
Yeah.
It's one of these.
Yes.
Insert into there. So, as you place it in, there is a flash of coppery light, and when it reveals, it seems that it's kind of fused with the shard, and its appearance changes to look as though it were made of the same material as the shard itself.
Oh,
Furthermore,
how odd.
you return to your senses and
Hooray!
realize you've been talking down one of the more powerful nobles in Magnamar.
So I have to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry. I will rejoin you
That's-
guys with some. But I'm feeling very unwell right now. Please
You don't
excuse
have
me.
to worry about it, Misaki. I have some understanding of what you are under. You see, what you found, my friend, is nothing short of a miracle. Vrasia has seen its share of miracles of late. The discovery of Zin Shalast, the defeat of the Rune Lord Karzog, or Corvosa's release from the mad Ilios's rule come to mind, but this discovery will soon be remembered as an equal to those events. This is a powerful Thassalon artifact, a fragment of Orichalcum and a portion of the shattered star of Zin. To be precise, the shard of Pride. I suspect that the shard's current carrier already knows more about it than I do, in fact. And indeed, as you're kind of holding on to it, you kind of get this sense of the abilities of this shard you hold in your hand.
Huh. They've got to be pretty solid, because that iron stone you just put in there is like an 8,000 gold piece magic item.
Yeah.
So,
Do I have to give it back? I quite liked it.
well,
It
I
made
think
me.
it'd
It
be
made me all
fitting to
important.
Hold on to it.
But I don't feel the same anymore.
Anyway, but before we get into that, 'cause if someone wants to make notes of this, the Shard of Pride
I got
As
you.
long as a Shard of Pride is carried, its owner can use Major Image as a spell-like ability once per day.
Hmm.
Gains a +2 insight bonus on saves versus illusion, and gains a +2 insight bonus on all skill checks.
What?
Ooh.
Wow.
On all skill checks.
Jesus.
In addition to the effects of that Ion Stone.
Oh, they get
Which
the
is plus two int, isn't it, for the blue and...
I think it's +2 int for blue and scarlet.
Is it?
I think so.
I just have to.
Yeah, scarlet and blue spear. Let me see.
All right.
Scarlet and green cabochon. Assuming it's not cracked or flawed, it is a +2 enhancement bonus to intelligence.
All right. So you also get access to. It will also therefore add that, and the associated skill to that intelligence bonus is knowledge history.
What does that mean?
Ooh. So it gives you the knowledge history skill, right? If you...
Don't have it already.
Because you gain the skill point for
Basically,
the
it's,
plus...
what is it? Headbands of.
Is it a headband or a
intelligence.
fascinator?
It's just a lump of metal right now.
So a headband of vast intelligence, which is basically an ion stone in this case, has one skill associated with it per +2 bonus.
Right.
After being worn for 24 hours, the headband grants a number of skill ranks, and those skills equal to the wearer's total hit dice.
Nice.
So basically, after holding on to it for 24 hours, you act as though you have 2 ranks in knowledge history.
That's pretty cool.
Ooh.
So, I have no plans of asking you to relinquish this to me. In fact, quite the opposite. I would be very interested in seeing you seek out and collect all of the shards of Zin's Shattered Star.
Are they all as mindfucky as this one?
It would appear that while they do not have the Ion Stone installed within them, that there is a curse on each of them associated with one of the 7 sins that are key to the 7 schools of Thassalon.
So we need a lot of iron stones, and we probably won't be the only ones looking for these, I'd guess.
Well, I'm quite willing enough to provide the Ion Stones. And while it is possible that others may look for them, this is, well, it is a Thassalon artifact all the same, and not widely known. For that matter, the easiest way to find them is by using the shards. Each shard is keyed to another, and as you're able to concentrate on them, you should be able to receive some direction of where the next one may be.
That's a divining stone.
It's the bloody key of time.
No, it's the Rod of 7 Parts, damn it.
That too.
That was a good adventure. It's nice it's nice that they've rewritten it for Pathfinder. So, essentially we have to use this one to find the next one.
And whoever carries it becomes smarter and...
Yes.
When you were discussing the person that carries this one, what did you just drop?
Nothing, I put my bottle in my bin.
Okay. I wrote down major image.
Yes.
What was that?
Once
a
a
day.
spell effect.
Okay.
It's actually a very
I
good
believe
spell
it
effect.
uses the bearer's level as a caster level.
Ah.
Isn't Major Image pretty high level?
It's a level 3 spell, I think.
Yeah, it is.
I
Pretty high
got
level for us.
I got saves. I didn't hear the rest of that bit.
+2 bonus to all skill checks.
I got that. Yeah,
+2 versus illusions.
that was it. +2
Yes.
versus illusions. as well as because I'm carrying the ion stone,
Plus 2
24
intelligence.
I get +2 intelligence.
And 2 ranks of history, knowledge history.
Okay. So the intelligence is temporary then, like
No.
a temp adjustment.
Technically,
Yes.
Yeah. So is it +2 to the big number or the small number?
It's a big number.
Okay. So my int becomes 14, technically, which
Yeah, once you've carried it for 24 hours and
makes it. Is it +1 or +2?
plus
two.
1 to your bonus.
Well, yeah.
So then I'm working out my
Would you guys
knowledge.
like to know what the curse would have been? What the curse is?
Sure.
The owner suffers delusions of grandeur and is sickened whenever she must serve another creature as a subordinate of any sort for as long as that arrangement persists. She cannot gain the benefits of the aid another action, nor can she take the aid another action.
Wow.
Wow.
Good job, I'm awesome then, right?
Good job. Are we assuming you're keeping that stone? That thing?
It kind of suits me, don't you think?
Well, I actually think you are the best to carry it, because to be honest,
I'm the prettiest.
yes, you're the. Sorry, I was listening to Thing drink his drink. You're the one that uses skills the most.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it
Rogues
makes
are
sense.
skill based.
I mean, while Thing has a lot of skills for knowledges, you're the one that have a lot of skills that could be the difference between us having a stone block dropped on our face and a stone block not being dropped on our face.
Yes. And as our trap finder and all sorts of other things, it's probably best to boost you as
How good is that? +2 to skills, +2 intelligence. So intelligence skills get +3 bonus.
well, imagine what the full artifact when you have all 7 of these combined does.
So
It probably resurrects some twat that'll kill us.
Oh yeah.
does that +2 to all? Okay, I have to check. Does that +2 affect all of my skills or just the
Yes.
ones that I can already use?
All of them.
Yes.
Okay. And it goes in MISC mod.
I'd just write it at the top and add 2 to everything.
2 to everything you roll. Yeah. Combat is kind of a skill, you know.
Or
So
you
what,
could,
not change the total bonus number.
unless you, I guess we're not going to get it stolen, so you could.
I'll just write a second set of numbers. But what I meant was also with my int changing, it hasn't changed the bonus, but on the ones that aren't trained, like the ones that don't have check marks next to them,
Right.
I don't know how to work those out because it's a different way. It's a different number, isn't it?
You just don't get the +3 for having it as a class skill.
Okay. So for the knowledge history, it's not a class skill.
Can you? Oh,
Yeah.
can she use knowledge history untrained? Or does
she
it
has to
assume
go
that
through
she's
2
now-
ranks in it.
It just assumes that she's now trained in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing. Intelligence, the increase to it does not give you extra skill points. Instead,
Right.
there's one skill that's keyed to.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it
So
gives you a number of ranks.
so
For
putting
permanent items, yeah.
putting the 2 ranks in knowledge history,
Yeah.
the +1 for the intelligence, and then the +3 for assuming it's trained gave me 6. Is that right?
Your intelligence is +2 now, isn't it?
Is it?
Well, but it's not a class. It's not a
wouldn't
class
get the
skill.
Yeah, you wouldn't get the +3 for trained unless it's a class skill, which I don't believe it is for rogues.
Okay, but my
So, what it would be right now is 2 for the intelligence,
Mhm.
2 for the 2 ranks, and +2 for the generic +2 to all skill checks.
Okay, yes. All right.
That's pretty hardcore.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I was asking is because I have knowledges, I didn't know if that because I was just being given another one that because I had knowledges, I was technically trained in all knowledges.
Yeah.
No, you're only trained in like local and geography, I think, as a
Yeah.
rogue.
Okay. That's what I was
Possibly
asking.
engineering too.
Dungeon
So-
engineering.
So why
yeah,
is my
this-
ability? Okay, I have 2 ranks. I get the +2 from the other thing, and where am I getting? Why is my?
Your intelligence has gone up by 2 points.
No, it's just gone up by 1. Well,
But yeah,
the
her
modifier has gone
2
up.
her
points,
int
1
has gone up by
bonus.
2, which increases the modifier by 1.
But it's no, because it was 12 and I had it at +1, and now it's 14, and
So now it's +2.
+2.
thing said it was +1.
Well, +1 more than it used to be.
It'll be confusing thing.
What I was asking, I was like, this,
Shall we?
So all of your int skills are now +2. in
I get it.
addition to the
I get
fact
it
that
now.
you get plus
I get
2
it
to
now.
all skills.
I get it now.
Woo!
I get it.
This
And that
combined
could
with the
also-
plus 2 to
To
your.
note about that intelligence increase, when you're leveling up, normally you get your 8 plus your intelligence bonus skill points, but in this case, since one of those skill points you
Goes
don't
directly
get,
into
it
history.
just goes straight to knowledge history. If that makes
Because that's
sense.
the only place you can put it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so the skill point generated by her extra intelligence has to be spent on knowledge history.
Yes, that's basically how it works. Yeah.
Okay.
As you learn more of the past from this artifact.
That's interesting. That artifact's pretty hardcore, Lockhart.
So, may I ask you then how you came to encounter Natalia and bring her here?
We put her in a sack. No, we didn't. I can't remember what we did.
She was held up in a.
You notice she's making the assumption that she's alive. I guess we did get a guard.
Well,
Yes.
you did kind of get a guard to watch over her.
Well, she could be undead for all she knows.
But
She was held up in
that's-
a-
That would be more of an assumption than assuming she's alive.
I guess
Yeah.
that's true. She's actually aghast right now.
Yeah. So she was hiding in a ruined house in the underbridge.
I didn't
With
sound
some
like her
sewer
when I was
gardens.
talking, did I? Was I? Oh, I don't even want to know. Don't tell me.
You weren't quite as far along as she was, but it was definitely sitting roots.
Yeah. But you had a better starting point than she did too. So.
Basically, what it says is you should take the player aside at that point and inform him that since he started carrying the shard, he's grown more and more convinced that he should be the one leading the party. The
That's
thought of
funny.
following the orders of anyone else in the group makes him feeling increasingly sick to the stomach. Stress to the PC that these feelings don't yet make him want to leave the group. Yet. Instead, they're compelling him to take on more of a leadership role.
I think I just used it to enhance my already feelings of that I should be in charge. So
Yeah.
I think it was.
You're
Yeah.
playing it quite well.
Thank you. That's just like me.
There's got to be one of these that goes to charisma. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
So, are there any questions you have? Are you going to answer her question about how you came to find Natalia and the situation and whatnot?
Yes, we can tell the tale of that.
Yeah, I'll let one of them do it. I'm readjusting
You're polishing your artifact.
a little bit.
Does it take an item slot in any way, or is it just considered to be
Nope.
carried? Doesn't.
It's just considered to be carried.
Jeez,
For that
that's-
matter, I think they made an errata point somewhere that you can even carry it in like a bag of holding or handy haversack and it still works.
as long as it's on your person, so
Basically,
to
yeah.
speak.
Hey,
That's
I'm
nice.
making a crown out of this piece.
You might want to pick up a handy haversack for the party at some point.
When we have the few grand.
Crown,
They're not that expensive, actually.
crown. I'm having a crown.
So, what tale are you telling her of how you came to find the shard?
The truth.
Okay. So you're saying Natalia didn't seem in her right mind? when you
No,
encountered her?
I think the artifact may have possessed her a little.
Perhaps I was a bit hasty in assuming that her scars and the instincts took over when she found the artifact. I shall have to take good care of her as she's injured. Is there anything you would like to know about the shards themselves? I've studied Thessalonian artifacts and consider myself something of an expert upon them.
We need all your books.
Anything you could tell would be appreciated.
How did you know which ironstone to use?
Well, over the past several years, as I said, I have become somewhat of an expert on Thassalon. The legacies of the ancient empire and its monuments and magic are the primary interest of the Pathfinder Society in this region. And of course, the story of the Shattered Star is one of the most oft-repeated legends of that time. It's even surpassed that of the Seven Swords of Sin in popularity. Of course, as a legend, it's still relatively obscure. But I have able to come into enough information to learn that there's a certain ion stone associated with each of them, and this seems an appropriate hypothesis to test.
So this could have blown up in my hand.
I won't say that isn't a possibility, but I've never read any stories to that evidence.
I don't like people taking risks with my hands.
That's funny.
It was the best I could do to save you from the curse of it. Goodness knows what would have happened if that kept its hold on you.
I would have been a great and terrifying leader, and everybody would have bowed down to me, and I'd have made lots of money and ruled vast areas of land.
And I'm
Take it
pretty
off, I
sure
want
one
it
of the
back.
Skarsny games would have
I want it
corrected
back.
your...
I would have been fine. I would have been fine. You
Of
didn't need to
course.
take it off me.
Uh-huh.
So I take it each of these 7 shards go to one of the schools of Thessalonian magic.
Yes, that's quite correct.
What are the schools of Thessalonian magic?
Masaki, I don't suppose that you could perhaps concentrate on it and see where its related shard is currently hiding?
What do I have to do? Just sit and look at it?
Concentrate on it. Try to
Right.
find its sister piece, as it were.
Do I have to do that yoga thing that people have started doing?
If you think it's helpful. but
It's
I
very
don't
popular in the
particularly
city.
recommend it.
Hang on, I know how to do it.
Fear leads to hate, so pride leads to
Shut
love.
up!
No, wait.
I'm yogaing here.
I'm yogaing.
As you yoga on the piece, you start to receive a powerful vision. First, you see the city of Magnamar from a bird's eye view. Then slowly it centers further and further onto Magnamar's harbor, and then more specifically upon the Irispan, the great broken bridge leading out from the cliffs of Magnamar. Then it continues
Yay.
getting closer and closer, looking into one of the pilings of the bridge. It's elaborately carved in a swarm of crows, each of them growing larger and more ferocious the closer they get to the top of it. It is upon this piling of the Irispan that your vision focuses on, but no further.
I think it's in the... what's the bridge called?
The bridge is called the
Irispan.
Irispan.
The Iron Span.
Ire.
Okay, that's why...
As in fire without the F.
Okay, I'm finding it very difficult to hear the ends of some words because of the noise thing. So, Iron Span.
Indeed.
I believe
Another
it's
class of Magnamar.
located in a piling on the broken bridge of Iaspan, near some carvings of some birds. At the top, crows.
Ah, the crow. Very interesting. That's been of some exploration for quite a while, but there's limited access to it as far as I'm aware.
It showed me it like I was a bird, and looking down and around. Did I do
One would
right?
imagine you are something of a bird,
Oh, I am a bird.
but
Oh,
I believe
shit.
you have done quite well. I think you certainly know the target of your search.
Apparently so. I might be able to get there as well.
I'll do what research I can on possible locations and the natures of the other 5 shards. Hopefully I'll have something more substantial to give you within the next days or few weeks. I would ask you that you try to remain low-key about your goal. The longer you can keep the fact that you're helping rebuild the Shattered Star secret, the bigger head start you'll have against possible competitors, such as the Aspis Consortium, for the prize.
There can be only one.
So is it known which shard the Shard of Pride would link to?
I'm afraid the links themselves due to the low amount of people who have held the shards and retained their sanity long enough to write down what visions they've seen, is quite difficult to ascertain.
So,
You will, of course, find out once you recover the shard, and we can determine what effect it has. And perhaps that will allow me to further my research and help coordinate which ones you might be going for next.
Hmm.
So what happens when it gets all together?
Well,
Are we
then,
getting
hopefully
paid
we'll
for
have-
this?
We get paid for this.
Well, of course, I will give you the initial fee I offered for retrieving the artifacts and Natalia.
Thank you.
900,000 gold.
No, I believe it was closer to 900. No?
I had that written down. I just saw it. What did I do with it? God damn it! Oh, it's inside here. I believe we were offered.
Sorry. Nope, not. Yeah. So it was 500 gold pieces to bring it back, double if you brought Natalia back to speak to, but you did get an advance of 100.
Okay.
So.
That means you
will
owe us
indeed-
5 million.
At this, her husband just kind of does a little bit of a spit take with his ale and just kind of throws his ale laughing.
that +1 intelligence is really kicking in.
Apparently.
Don't
So
be
is-
laughing at
was
me.
no,
that-
dear,
was-
I'm afraid it will be 900 gold pieces.
Was that
And in fact,
900?
she does indeed
Is that 900 party or 900 individual?
party.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just checking.
Which is 5 beers, Masaki.
Added to party.
He procures a few purses of coins and hands them to you.
So this is the
Uh,
payment for the bit that we've already done, right? So we're
Well-
back in renegotiations.
I cannot. Personally, I believe you should retrieve the star, not for what rewards I may be able to give you, but for what rewards such an accomplishment would give you within the society.
To think of the danger that I'm putting myself in. Clearly,
Well,
this
if
is
you
not
don't
like.
feel you're up to the quest, you can relinquish the shard, and I can find others who would jump at the opportunity to go on such a
Bitch,
quest.
do not even think about taking the shard off me. All right,
What I can
I
offer
will.
you-
I will confer with my party members, and I will tell them what to think, and then they will back me up, and it'll be fine.
For what I can offer you within the bounds of the Pathfinder Society is, if there is more to the Crow than what explorers have found so far, which is just a very small opening alcove, and you're able to provide a fairly accurate map of the interior, I would be within my power to provide each of you with a wayfinder, as well as certain increased standing within the Pathfinder Society.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm in. It beats sleeping my way to the top. Unless that's going to be easier, because I can just do that now.
For
That
that
would be
matter,
fine.
I myself have some personal interest in the Crow. I've taken some time to look at all of the pilings of the Irespan, and I must say there are some interesting historical discoveries inside.
Now you do sound like Finn.
This is, of course, the husband speaking.
Yes.
If you're able to find another way inside, and if you're mapping it anyway, I would appreciate a detailed version of what notes you're able to find there of things of historical value to the Thassalon Society. I'm certainly able to extend my purse a little bit for...
The Thassalon Society.
Well, certainly, we do believe the Irespan was some construction of one of the Rune Lords. But if you're able to make some general notes and provide me areas where I can study more further the intricacies of this elaborate magical government, then I'd be able to offer some reward of substance as well. I must apologize. I did not meet you originally when you met with my wife. I am Sir Carnarvon Hydemark, it is a pleasure to meet you three.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to be because I'm still like trying to bullshit my way out of this situation, but I am aware that yeah. But then I think my natural nature may a little bit be a bit rude. So.
I do apologize for not being here earlier. I was away in a small city of Sandpoint, somewhere to the north of here. I'm studying a Thassalon device called a rune well there, much too large to transport and most fascinating.
Might either of you have some good advice on how to avoid the curse of a shard when we find a shard before we can find the appropriate ion stone to insert in a shard?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Amazing. It's a
Good
good
work there,
question.
Gary. There. Perhaps if we use tongs and just put it in a bag.
A bag with like bluey purpley goo in it, right?
Right.
That works.
Certainly.
And then it kind of sizzles and pops and it doesn't do anything anymore.
Yes, and we can all talk into our Altoid tins in a steampunky fashion.
I'm just trying to see if I can find something on that.
What was his name? Sir what?
Carnarvon
Carnarvon.
Hydemark.
Yes. Or just Sir Hydemark, if you wish. Yes. Avoiding physical contact should prevent you from being affected by the curse too much.
And now he's Julian Clary. Oh my god.
So would gloves suffice, or should we carry tongs in a lead box? And
I believe the more substantial the measures, the more likely they would be successful.
excellent. Yes, yes.
Once I've had more time to research and see which one you provide next, I should have a moderate idea and be able to provide you with an ion stone in advance. I must say, I will be interested to speak with Natalia to see where she was able to find this one originally.
What's the lady's name again? I've forgotten.
Sheila.
Sheila.
Sheila. I know.
Sheila.
Sheila. Sheila. All right. Well, do you
What
have
is
any
it?
other
What,
questions?
I have a question. You said
Yes.
what the reward would be a wayfarer.
A wayfarer, yes.
What is a wayfarer?
A pathfinder magical device.
Compass.
Okay. It's a
Compass, and among
Oh,
other
okay.
things, it can also hold ion stones and do some extra stuff with them, I believe.
okay. A magical device. I didn't know that. Is it just for Pathfinder?
Typically, I mean, they're kind of made and distributed among the Pathfinder Society. Obviously, I'm sure someone of the Aspis Consortium would consider it a bit of a status and competitive thing to own a Wayfinder themselves. Own in the loose sense of the word.
And it can hold like ion stones and stuff.
It can hold a ion stone inside it, and I believe, depending on the ion stone, you can get additional benefits for it.
So it's quite a nifty reward then.
It's
Let
not
me-
a bad reward.
Then the Aspis Consortium have their own way obscures or something. To...
No, it's more so to the fact we're stealing them or removing them from their owners type thing.
What is this consortium's name? Because I keep hearing Aspus.
The Aspis Consortium is what it's called.
Say it again.
Aspis? I believe?
Aspis. Okay. I heard
what-
Asbus.
Unfortunately, you know,
Aspus is totally funny.
Which is better than Aspust.
It's true.
I tried looking these guys up on like the Pathfinder Wikipedia. There is not a lot of information.
I
on
don't
them,
think they've
which-
printed a lot about them yet.
They're just like, I don't know.
They're
There's
kind
this
of a
vaguely-
mysterious organized. I think they're in like
Well-
there's one of the books that does kind of like organizations, and I think there's a little bit about them in
The
there.
thing is, they're not really that mysterious. They're a big trading company.
Right. Yeah, but I meant they just never bothered to write anything.
Yeah. But they're-
Apparently, if you put that scarlet and blue sphere in a Wayfinder, it would also give you a +1 bonus to will saves.
So can I put the whole shard into a Wayfarer?
No.
Oh. So what does it look like? What
It's like a looks like a box compass, like Jack
Oh, okay.
Sparrow uses.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
And there's special kinds of them as well, depending. I assume we'll get a standard one.
Yes.
Now, is this a one compass for the group, or I mean, one
No,
Wayfarer for the
they
group?
said each.
Yeah, they did say each.
They're not that expensive. They're pretty cheap to make. You apparently only need the light spell and 250 gold.
And craft wondrous items.
Yes.
Beyond me, then.
Yes.
So why did you tell me that, Hal? Because I can't do anything about it.
Lockhart was asking what the extra powers were.
No, I was just saying they do give depending on
Yeah.
Ion Stone.
Mhm.
But for that
So
matter,
if
right
I took this shard and I took this ironstone off it
now,
But it's melded in
and
now.
put it in the
it very much is part of the shard as far as it looks right now.
I mean, somebody sundered this apart at one point, but probably they were more than second level.
Well, of course, the history of the shard is that it was a defensive item created well over 10,000 years ago by the founder of the Empire of Thassalon, the exiled Aslanti wizard Zin. At the time, it was known as the Sahedron, a seven-pointed star made of 7 sky metals infused with powerful magic. When the Rune Lords rebelled against him, the item was broken into 7 parts, well, according to the legends, and the Rune Lords each claimed a shard for their own. In the 10 millennia since then, the shards have shifted in locations, but they've never truly been reassembled into the Sahedron.
What do you think will happen?
I'm quite hoping that it will prove to be a defensive item if another Rune Lord wakes up, such as Karzog. He quite nearly gained the power to conquer all of Verasia and perhaps the world as his own empire once again. We must take precautions to prevent something like that from happening, and I believe the Sahedron would prove a, once again, powerful defensive item in combating a Rune Lord.
Sounds very One Ring.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not
yes,
sure what you mean by this ring. What area does this legend of the ring come from?
I believe it's from Middle Earth.
I've not heard of this.
It's north of here.
Is this where the
North of
Tengu
here.
hail from?
It's where the what? Sorry.
The Tengu hail from?
No, it's where the fat hairy men hail from.
I think those type of folk hail from everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd know if you'd met these ones. They eat a lot, apparently. At Denny's.
Second breakfast club.
Second breakfast club. That was funny.
So, anything else you want to ask these two while they're here? They've kind of offered you 2 different tasks that you're able to do.
Are we able to use this place as a base of
effectively, yes,
operations?
it is a base. You
Um,
have access to one of the cabins there.
okay. And what about? Are you able to provide us with equipment and transportation in our mission to do all of this stuff?
We have provided you with quite a bit of money that you certainly can use to procure equipment and transportation.
I know, but if you, for example, had horses that were not getting enough exercise, then we could use them instead.
I don't believe you'll find much use for them within the city. It
Well-
sounds like
Or a spare
Very
hang glider, since we have to go up above the pillar. And
Can I fly yet? I don't think I can I?
I think you have to take feats to fly, do you not?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be flying anytime soon.
We do have a rowboat, I believe, that you'd be able to borrow from the harbor to reach the Crow's Island.
That would be terribly useful. Thank you. See, people, if you ask, you get.
Very good.
Even if they sound, it sounds like you're being an ungrateful little shit.
Even grateful little shit.
It is fine enough to ask. I mean, honestly, if you had pressed more, you would have gotten, when you started this, you would have gotten those 4 Cure Light Wound potions to start with. And you could have asked up to your advance from 100 to 200 gold pieces. So, asking is fine.
That's it. I'm going to ask everything now. You're in trouble.
yeah, you're the party member in charge of asking.
Ass kicking.
That too.
Is there any more asking you plan to do? Are you planning on resting?
I'm planning on resting from asking for a little while.
Very good.
Yes, I'd like to recover spells and heal.
I take it that you will look after Natalia from here on out.
Yes. We will take her into our
They're
care
going to
and
take care of her.
provide healing for her.
Do we need to seek out a cleric to purge us of filth fever or whatever you get from swallowing sewage, or?
Yeah, we got rather a lot of.
You mean to think
Smelly.
is it worth going to see a healer? Do you not have heal?
I've got a little bit of the skill.
I would certainly suggest seeking the skill of a cleric or an alchemist in dealing with that. Yes.
It's worth a checkup, right?
Yeah. So since I don't get craft skills, but I get every profession, can I like abuse craft or a profession alchemist?
Nope, it's craft alchemy, I'm afraid.
Okay. Just checking.
He's harsh.
Yeah, he is.
I can run an alchemist shop like nothing, but
He's hardcore.
That's right. You know how to make good profit, but you can't make the product.
yeah.
Oh yes, you could purchase anti-plague from an alchemist if you wished.
How much will that eat into our?
They're
Wonderful.
50 gold each.
Not bad, but do we actually have the plague?
Yeah, we need to see if we've got it before we spend out on it.
Well, incubation time's what, 1 to 3 days or something, probably.
I don't know. You should be able to find out.
Generally, you'll find out within 3 days or so. Yes.
Can I do heal checks to detect early signs, or
Hmm.
not the way I roll?
I suppose so.
Is that not the way you roll thing?
Nah,
That's the way thing rolls.
not on Tabletop Forge, at least.
Tuh.
So who are those heal checks for? There, that was that. Have you rolled or?
Oh no, those are old.
I need some healing.
If
Heal us,
you want,
Gary.
you can heal check the party to check for symptoms, but they likely wouldn't show unless closer to the day of.
Yeah,
so-
I only have 2 hit points left, by the way.
Well, heal you. You don't demand healing while you're in your bath.
Maybe.
I've got 3. I'm mighty. But I'll have.
So once again, is there anything more you want to ask the Lord and Lady Hydemark?
I don't believe so. Not from my point of view.
Unless they're, probably not going to let us just rummage around their library willy-nilly or anything. But
If you wish access to certain books, they would lend them to you, yes, but it's
Yes,
not
could
just it's not, unfortunately, as much as they are a lodge, it's really still more of a personal residence that gives certain accommodations to Pathfinders, as opposed to a proper lodge which would have an open library for all Pathfinders to attend.
Maybe we
So-
could ask if they can pull out a few books that they think might be relevant that we could read, like on the history of it and the myth and all the stuff that surrounds it.
Well, they're able to pull out kind of a few books. One's on the history of Magnamar, and of course some information.
Just
on
pull out the
Highlands
Wikipedia
Road.
versions. That's all we need.
No, unfortunately, all of the books they pull out, some of them Pathfinder journals, are very thick, and knowledge is very interspersed. As much as there is some knowledge on Thassalon, it hasn't been fully indexed properly, and this is why the Pathfinder Society has set up shop, is to get this more researched, but you're not there quite yet. So again, this is sort of like, for the goal for most Pathfinders is to do something and search and explore and write a Pathfinder chronicle.
And that's what we are.
That gets published and distributed, and you become huge members of society if you do.
And that's what we're trying to be, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of forgotten that part from the beginning.
I guess since we leveled up to level 2, I did get 1 more spell a day, so I could cure light wounds on Masaki, since you're a little worse off than I am.
Well, you guys are probably going to be resting for one day just to cure everyone back up to full, and then another day when everyone's at full, so you'll be heading out. So you're basically taking probably 1 day downtime and then setting off the next day.
Is Timmy with us still?
Oh, he's in the well.
Timmy's in the well.
No, I
Did
believe
Lassie not come and
Really?
tell you?
basically I've kind of had it in my mind that Magnamar has this little labor square in somewhere in the town where the disenfranchised or the street urchins kind of go and you can hire them for jobs. And of course, nearby is a small business of contracting that's headed by the Asmodeus Church to put the fear of the devil into people to make sure they don't break off their contracts.
It's the labor ready where people just hop into your pickup and go out and pick cabbages in your field. And
Yeah, basically it's kind of for odd jobs and stuff like that. And Timmy kind of hangs out around there.
Like the
Tries to-
gas stations around here.
Sure.
Everybody hangs out at gas stations here and waits for jobs, and then people come around and pick them up.
Weird. But yeah, I guess basically the equivalent of that, there's just kind of this one particular square that's taking on that purpose. And Timmy kind of hangs around there, and as soon as you guys kind of head back into proper areas of town, he'll usually head back there.
okay, we need to recompense
so we now
him.
have a place that you can...
We need a page boy.
No, we can come and carry our shit. All we
Yeah,
need to do
we
is
will. But we'll put like a cute little tabard on him, and then
Oh, that'd be awesome. A big bright one so the monsters eat him first.
But would he be a torchbearer or an intern?
he would be a page. He would have a trumpet and a thing, and he would announce our arrival.
That's
And a
right.
bad haircut.
He would go, and the first thing he would do would go, "Doo-doo-doo-doo," and then the kobolds would kill him.
Yep,
But in doing so, they give up their surprise round.
exactly.
I think we got to at least pay him back for his life savings and give Fenster a tribute so he doesn't come slobber on us.
Okay, who was Fenster again?
He was the hideous guy that was covered in disease.
He
So it's
told us where we could find
relatively helpful if you
Natasha
paid him.
or Natalia, and then
Okay.
and then he came to distract thugs from.
Okay, according to party inventory, we have currently unassigned a scroll of shield,
Me,
a wand,
me,
Now,
some
This is-
boots.
this is perhaps a
me.
point, that might be taken note, but you did loot Natalia of her stuff.
We might have to
yeah.
give her it back, really.
Yeah, we might need to give her it back.
Well, didn't
I guess we-
Teresha Scaloni make off with all that stuff? Oh
She
no.
did take some of it, didn't she?
No, she patted
No.
her down.
No,
she was
she
looking for the
did.
shard.
She took it all. Remember?
It was in a sack, and after
If you guys
Magnamar
wish,
got
you
knocked
certainly
unconscious,
can keep it
and
for yourselves. I'm just making a note of it. so
I'll
you remember.
mention it to Miss Hindmarsh before we leave.
What do you
you were
mention?
unconscious when she made off with the sack. Yeah, no.
Except for the fact that I'm seeing the items that used to be on Natalia that were there when I was throttling her unconscious.
No,
And she
these
might
just
recognize
look
the
same.
boots when we wear them by her.
And the fact that she had no boots on when I was carrying her through the streets. I'll mention the fact that we stripped Natalia of any item that seemed dangerous or magical. And would she like them back to give back to her?
Well,
I can't remember what items were hers from my list.
The boots, the wand, the
No, that's the magical stuff. There's other stuff that's non-magical.
thieves' tools.
Climber's kit, second story harness. I'm gonna guess probably the master. What is that clackling noise?
That's my dog.
Okay,
walking
that's
on
fine.
the
That's
tile.
fine.
Hal, we've had this conversation
I
like
know.
100 times.
I didn't know what it was. It was driving. I thought it was somebody clacking dice. It's like dice sounds. And we have a masterwork silvered short sword. Actually, Mithral short sword.
Yeah, that was hers.
We have a light crossbow, which I think was hers. So yeah, there's various
nope,
things.
nope. Oh,
Yeah?
sorry. Yes, there was a light crossbow. That's
Yeah.
right. I remember that.
Yeah, I've got a
We
light
have-
crossbow
we
from
have-
one of the guards out
We
front.
also have some semi-precious buttons and a brass comb.
Yep.
Those were found stuffed in a chimney.
Okay, but like we got the impression that they were her stash.
Yes.
So
Okay.
there, this is what we have.
Also, so let's see here. Smoke stick, Tanglefoot bag. Tanglefoot bag was used on you.
Yes,
Uh,
wand,
so Masterwork Mithril Shortsword,
Yes.
boots,
Yes.
climber's kit, second
Yep.
story harness,
Yes. Thieves'
Thieves'
tools,
tools.
masterwork.
55 gold pieces,
Probably in the money pile.
and then there was indeed
A burlap
Um,
sack, 33 gold, 192
stash-
copper, 86
Yeah.
silver,
yeah,
2
and
brass combs, precious stone buttons equaling 29 gold
Yes,
pieces.
yes.
Yeah, this is where you get the
Um,
professional to write it down.
Hey, I have it right there. Professional.
Mentioning
gonna be-
this to the Lady Hydemark, she'll probably mention, perhaps you might be best to leave those aside, with the either with us or with the guard who's watching over her. I'm sure with the shard now activated, she's come to her senses, and it wouldn't really be right to take from her when her hostility came not from her own, but from the shard controlling her. Perhaps
Okay.
she may be willing to give a reward to you as well for freeing her from its thrall, but that is for her to say, not me.
I'll happily heal her in the morning when I get all my spells back too.
Suck
That
ass.
would be most helpful of you.
I'm trying to kill her one day and now you're trying to heal her.
She was cute.
The laws
keep-
of brain whammy.
Did we say we were keeping the brass comb and the buttons because they may not necessarily have been hers?
They could have been hid there for a while, but they probably were her stash.
All right, I'll put them in the Natalia pile. How much money did you say we got from her?
Natalia,
I didn't write that down,
55
did
gold
you?
pieces.
55 gold. Okay, I've got her stuff separated out from our stuff. Was the scroll hers? The scroll of shield, was that hers?
Yeah.
The scroll of shield and the wand were both hers.
Okay, we're good. So essentially we got basically almost nothing item-wise if we give this back.
Yeah, I mean, you do. I believe you were carrying a suit of chain from the guard we knocked unconscious.
I have a
and some of
chain.
that.
I have a chain and a morning star. I have 2 heavy crossbows, and that's all we've got left to sell.
But I've got a shard with an iron stone in it.
Yeah, you have.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It's all the relativity. Yeah, you may not have gotten a lot of small stuff, but you got a really huge, expensive thing.
True. Okay. Good.
We might want to get another climber's kit though if we're gonna send Masaki climbing up the pillar in the pier.
Yep.
Well, can't you cast fly yet?
Not quite. That still eludes me at this point.
Okay. I'm going to convert. I'm moving the inventory back onto a clean sheet. Okay, we leave the stuff with the guard
Okay.
until she's conscious. We'll check in on her later. Maybe tomorrow.
It's the simple fact is she's not likely to be conscious on her own for quite a few days without magical healing.
I'm sure Sheila will organise something.
Well, Gary did just volunteer.
Oh yeah, Gary, you're doing it, aren't you?
But Sheila was organizing something, but then Gary so kindly offered.
It's nice of Gary.
It is nice of Gary.
Yeah, we gotta keep on the people's good side.
Gary the suck ass.
So, more from my own curiosity of when the time comes in combat, who is going to be holding on to what of those potions you got?
What, the cure light wounds?
Yes.
How many of those do we have?
4.
1 each?
And a spare for
Timmy.
Gary.
Yeah.
Timmy, hire him to be a potion giver as well.
Pour this down
He
somebody's
could-
throat.
He
When,
could be the potion page. He could just carry them all and then dodge around and healers.
Dodge around. Didn't we get dodging
dive
around?
in and weave in and with our potions.
So everybody gets 1, Thing gets 2.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
That's like the first personal thing I have to write down other than my shard. The shard that I have. That's kind of awesome.
yes, your magic item is a little better than my Featherfall ring, so
Ah, don't feel bad.
Miramore doesn't have an expensive magic item of his own yet.
I have my most expensive magic items are 2 potions of cure light wounds, and that is all. So what next, people?
I don't know.
I guess we're hanging out, healing ourselves and healing her as well.
Yeah.
Well, you're tapped out of healing for today. Is there any in particular
give
thing
me
you're
any,
doing for the rest of the day, or are you just kind of resting and going for the next day for now?
I
I
think
can
I
do
just,
some heal
I think-
checks to see if I can see if we're diseased.
Yes,
but
yes,
probably
that's
not
right. If you want, you can do heal checks on any of you.
Sure. Let's see. Masaki. No. Nope. You're fine.
Yay.
And Miramore's fine.
thanks, Gary.
And
You get the impression that's because he doesn't have a clue.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one. I was rolling the cure light wounds piece. Never mind.
Ah,
That's
why
what's
do
a
you want
D8.
to
Good
roll
work
instead
there,
of D8?
Gary. No wonder we're doing so shit.
Okay, let's try this again. Masaki. No. Miramore. No. Me. Hey, natural
Is it-
20.
Is it
Okay.
Lord Caravan? Is
Caravan?
that right? The
What?
Lord was called Lord Caravan.
Knarvin.
Kanaven.
Knaven.
Okay. Can you spell that for me? Because
C
I wrote down.
A N A Y V E N.
That's better.
Which is kind of a weird name, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But it's D&D.
Yeah, you never hear anybody with any normal names.
Gary.
Gary the Elf.
Hey, that's got to be bloody exotic in
I love it,
Verasia.
Gary.
So, what is the place that the Lord and the Lady live in? It's like a Pathfindery.
Hydemark Manor. It is. It has been labeled the Pathfinder Lodge of Magnamar.
But it's still their personal, like.
It's the personal corner. It's really a very small lodge, mostly because the Pathfinder Society is only recently established within Verasia. Because for a long time, people just didn't think it's a land of gypsies and people who wander here and forth. There isn't a lot of substantial history here. And then a huge archmage appeared out of nowhere, and a city appeared out of nowhere, and major stuff happened. And they're like, maybe we should check it out. Maybe, just maybe.
Maybe we should check that out.
Well, didn't some of those people from the one of those nasty countries come and establish cities in Verasia?
Well, yeah, relatively recently the Cheliax Empire kind of settled it, but then the Empire kind of collapsed a little, and yeah, they're not hugely a part of Verasia anymore.
Yay.
Verasia is really mostly where people who were fed up with the Empire kind of went to live.
Huh. So perhaps we need a trip into town real quick to sell this crap we've got in our inventory.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I think I might know if I'm sick though.
Oh, really?
Oh yes, that's right. Yes. You start. You can recognize you're getting a little feverish. There's a few rashes kind of appearing on your skin. You're
course.
probably not going to feel very good tomorrow.
So that 50 gold piece serum, that's not just a preventative, that's a...
So let's see. The anti-plague. If you drink a vial of this foul-tasting milky tonic, you gain a +5 alchemical bonus on fortitude saves against disease for the next hour. If already infected, which you are, you may also make 2 saving throws without the +5 bonus that day and use the better result.
Ah,
So you're already infected. You will get hit with this tomorrow, but to cure it, if you drink it on that day, you get to do 2 throws and take the better result towards curing it.
Or we could try and get you cure disease, which is like a level 3 spell, remove disease.
I think it's
it
a
is
level 2.
Level, eh?
Thought or maybe it is 3, yeah, because I wouldn't get it till I'm... Which are level? It's 3rd, yeah.
Or we could just ride it out.
Yeah, it probably doesn't kill most people.
Remove disease is a 3rd level, so it would be still reasonably pricey even as a scroll.
Yeah.
And there's also the fact that it's not instant. You still have to make a caster level check with it.
Okay, that's... Although once I do learn that spell for real, I'm going to go see if I can remove Fenster the Blight of his livelihood.
You burn yourself out of your magic. Either that or you kill Fenster. The diseases were supporting the life from all the
Symbiotic.
nutrition in his body.
And they prevent everybody else from coming to take him.
Okay. So you're selling your stuff then?
Actually, why don't we give something to Fenster as well out of this?
Yeah.
There's a Morning Star we could give him. He might like that.
He did seem to just have his fist and a broken dagger.
Yeah.
He could bash people in with a Morning Star. He might like that.
Is that a sufficient good gift for...
Should we go check that out first?
Sure, we're already diseased. I mean,
I'm not.
Well, as
I
far
would.
as we're
I would
aware.
know if. I would know if I was diseased.
So, we'll turn up at Fenster's and...
Wait. I'm just making sure you're once again heading into the rough part of town with
Oh,
two
we're,
of you.
oh, we're
we heal.
injured. Yeah, you're right. Let's not do that. Let's wait until we're healed before we head to the rough part of town.
What's Fenster the Blight's job? Is he
A
like?
do well for hire?
He's
Okay.
a Ned. Call him a dirty mercenary.
and I believe the Tower Girls were he was their landlord or something like that.
He definitely.
I think he's full of shit, but yeah.
And what was Timmy, other than like a
He's an urchin.
Okay.
He's an urchin for hire.
And a good
He
lookout,
tries
apparently.
to offer himself as a city guide, basically, is what he
Okay.
tries to do.
He's an urchin.
Rent boy.
What about Natalia? I don't have anything written down about her other than her name.
She, I believe,
Wasn't she an
she's
Scarsby.
informant?
Scarsby?
She an informant for the Pathfinders?
Yes,
you said.
she was an informant for Pathfinder. She ran with the Tower Girls, who seem to want to kill her now for some reason.
Mhm.
Yeah. So basically, before that, she was some sort of
Scarsby.
thief or con person, depending on the type of Scarsby.
So she too could be ex-Skarsny soon.
Well,
Or at least
yeah,
ex-Tower
she's
Girls.
probably not going to be running with the Skarsny anymore, considering that obviously the Tower Girls are after her, and depending on the rumors going around, other Skarsny may not want her joining them, or they may.
Yeah.
If only you had a friend who was in contact with the Skarsny, you could ask about these sort of things.
What are the Skarsny again?
Gangsters.
Gangsters.
Yeah. You're an ex-Skarsny,
I am.
but from another place.
I have to admire Balgan's idea of kind of doing them with a little bit of a Boston or a New York accent is probably a really good idea.
Oh, Jesus. And that'll make us want to kill them all the faster.
My problem is I'm
Thing,
really crap when I try and
thing.
do accents.
You have to learn silence as soon as possible.
Yo, boss, look at these jokers
Silence.
over here.
Yeah, but if they're Italian, we also have to remove their ability to gesture.
That's true,
Hey!
actually.
That's as good as,
What's your name?
as silence.
Let's just learn web.
Cut their hands off.
Silence and hold person for you, isn't it? Or just do hold person.
Yeah.
That's
Alright.
funny. See if you can get them into funny positions. So we'll wait till they're healed, then we'll go see Fenster. So that'll let us know how sick we're going to be by morning and how many of us need healing.
So basically, you're gonna next morning.
Yes.
You can recover 2 hit points.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Cover your spells. and-
Hooray! I'm fully spelled.
I am fully spelled until I cast spells.
And I actually have to roll dice now.
Don't do it.
Roll dice or do this horrible.
So, damage
does-
to Gary's dexterity.
Oh.
Ouch.
Did that go through? Is it doing this thing now?
I see nothing.
We haven't rolled a thing on it, and now it's being a dick.
There we go.
Hey, that went through.
So 2 damage to your dex.
Ouch. So is this a temporary adjustment, I hope?
Technically, I guess it's damage. and 2 damage to your con.
Ouch!
Ouch.
To Nearmore,
No.
you don't get any special disease immunities as an outsider, do you?
I do not believe I do, unfortunately.
To your dex is another 2, and to your con is 1.
Grr.
So, if your con has been... So, yeah, you'll be losing some hit points, potentially, and
Yes.
other stuff. Now, during this day, you will have to make a fortitude save against the disease. If you want, you can seek out that anti-plague to help against that if you wish.
Okay.
Or you can just make it now. But
We may as well get the anti-plague, mightn't we?
Make 2 rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and of course, we can also look up the heal skill to see if that could be helpful.
Yes, but this is Gary we're talking about. So our illustrious leader has not been affected.
He hasn't said yet.
Not as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
I bet the shard protected me. In some fashion.
That
Treat
or
disease.
after what the
Treat
birds are
disease
used to.
means to tend a single disease character. Every time that disease character makes a saving throw against disease effects, you make a heal check. If your heal check exceeds the DC of the disease, the character receives a +4 competence bonus on a saving throw against the disease.
So it's worth us going to pick up some of these potions and then turn up at someone who has some healing skill.
Yes. Does no one have it trained within the party?
Gary,
Got it trained,
but not
Okay.
enough. How high is it, Gary?
+6
It's not very high, Gary. Do better.
in time.
Typically, disease DCs aren't that high.
Can he treat himself?
I see no reason why not.
Okay,
Only
so
in private.
You can
Well-
you can just Yeah, it takes 10 minutes of work apparently.
Oh.
So
okay, Gary and I will go shopping for potions.
See you girls later.
Spread the wealth.
Well, yes, we'll be coughing disease everywhere. Actually, we'll send a guard to pick up some potions. That may be the wisest and least likely to spread disease around the city option.
the guards say that unless they're receiving special orders, they're generally stay on the ground so they can actually guard the manor.
Well, is there anyone who could go into the city to fetch some potions for diseased guests? Or shall I just stand here and cough on you?
Well, I can go cough on Natalia when I go to heal her.
Just find Timmy.
All
He'll do
right,
it.
maybe I'll go talk to Lady Hindmarsh for a while and cough on her and see how much she likes it.
You probably won't be staying within the manor at all then.
No.
Your crow friend seems to be doing quite fine.
Yes.
Squawk.
Uh-huh. Why don't you go back to your cabin before I remove you from the premises?
That's terrible.
I'm
What
not
would
with
it
him.
look like? Hindmarsh Manor is diseased. You're kicking me out into the city. That's not very clever now, is it? So who would I talk to send into the city to get me some potions to help to cure this thing?
You should really be having
Saki?
Sting doing this so he can actually diplomatize this guard.
Exactly. Do you have some kind of servant? Somebody who runs for food every day?
I could send a message along to one of the maids in the kitchen to get something for you when they're out buying groceries.
Thank you. That would be gravely appreciated.
So,
Here's
So,
100. Here is 100 gold and 5 for yourself, good sir.
very good. With that, he will go along and passes it on to the maid.
Thank you.
But yes. So with that, at some point, you will be brought with kind of this handkerchief tied over her mouth and nose. She approaches the house.
No, she has
A
to put
skull
it
has
down.
been painted on the front door during the time where you last were outside the
Been
house.
daubed. That's
Puts
funny.
it down in a bowl of water.
I'll have washed out my sack of apples and put them in a nice, attractive bowl. And
You've now been
An
labeled
apple.
the plague house. Anyway, she gives 2 bottles of anti-plague from apparently a place called Flaming Rum Alchemy.
Nice.
And with that, she will quickly scamper away before you can breathe within her presence. I should be asking, since you're awake now, do we want to do the curing of any party members at this point?
Sure.
Please.
So,
So cure light wounds, which is now D8
directing
plus.
on
2?
who right now?
I'll go for Misaki first because she's got the lowest hit points.
Good work.
Let me see. I'm not. Where is it? 7.
7.
That's pretty good.
Do you need another hit?
Yeah, probably. I was on 5, so no, I could probably manage. I'm just 3 below now, and I'll get that. I'll get that most of that the following morning, won't I?
3 below.
3 below my full
Max.
What is your max?
15.
Yeah, but that's because you increased a level.
Yeah.
You're actually at the max you were when you were injured.
Okay. I don't understand.
No, that's...
What do you mean?
Your max,
As you were down.
your maximum hit points have gone up
Yeah.
since you were injured,
Yes.
but you haven't been injured anymore.
No.
So you've actually healed all of the wounds you took.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
you are fully healed.
Okay. I got it.
See, and let's see, the cure moderate I did on Miramore brought him up to full, so I guess that's just me.
I'm already full. Thank you, Gary. Gary the elf.
Mhm.
GTL, GTE.
And 6 points for me. And that gets me close enough to full.
Surely that's like twice your hit points, Gary the elf.
Yeah, well, actually, that does take me. That finishes off my damage. I only had 5 wounds left.
There you go. Okay, how does this curing business work, Gary the elf?
And I got a couple I can do on Natalia if we want to do that.
Let's cure ourselves first, and then we can go cough on her. I mean, not
Okay.
cough on her.
So then we swig the stuff, and I administer heal checks over you while you try and heal.
Sounds awesome.
All right. The stuff is basically like the cheapest but strongest whiskey you've had. It just burns going down.
It's Benylin.
It burns good.
Burn the sickness out.
Okay, we're good. It's down. Glug, glug, glug. Heal us, Gary. Heal us, Gary the elf.
Heal a check on Miramore.
Go on, Gary the elf. You can do it. Gary the elf, you're shit.
Stumbling doesn't work on heal checks, right? Yeah.
Wait,
You're not gonna
should I be
kill
seeing a
me.
dice roll? Should I be seeing a D20 dice roll?
Oh,
You
yes.
should.
Gary the
Doing
elf.
it again.
1 plus 6.
Just for you, Gary the elf rolled a 1.
Okay.
Gary the elf got a 7.
Yeah, I see that.
For
Gary
some
the elf.
reason, you think tying a bandage around his toe should help.
Thanks,
Now,
Gary the
In the
elf.
olden days, you'd wear an onion on your belt at these times.
Damn it, we have no onions. So I get to roll my fort save
I
twice.
think the rutabaga will be a good substitution.
It's a turnip.
Turnip. Yes, you get to roll your fort save twice. Now remember, you have taken con damages that give you a lower fort save.
No, because I only took 1 damage. It didn't take me down.
Okay. All right then. So yeah, you can make your 2 saves.
24.
Yeah. Don't even bother with the second one. You have made one
See,
save
like,
for today.
horrible green stuff starts pouring out of his
No, there's like a straining noise, and then I'll just cough, and like there's this little ball of disease, and I'll just put it on one side.
So is this a two consecutive saves you have to make from this one, or?
Possibly.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, and my fort save goes down to just a straight D20 roll with my con damage.
How do we heal the damage? Do we need lesser restoration after this as well?
Lesser restoration or rest.
Rest we can do. That's free.
And
All
rest
right.
and heal checks. Yeah.
Yes.
Fort save attempt number 1.
Are you doing a
Oh,
heal
wait.
check on yourself?
Oh yeah, I'll do a heal check on myself. Sorry.
He's so eager.
11. No.
Nope.
At least
Great.
that got rid of a bad roll. So I'll
Thanks,
roll
Gary.
well on my fort save.
Thanks, Gary the elf.
Yay, 16. That's good,
16?
right?
Do you not get any pluses?
Nope.
No, not with my con down too.
You
Holy
made
shit,
one
Gary
save.
the elf.
That should I do the second one roll or?
You don't need to.
Oh, okay.
A 16
was
will
good enough.
beat the DC.
Yay!
Good work,
One
Gary the
down.
elf. I guess we need to rest again then, Gary the elf.
I guess I'll go see if I can visit Natalia in my.
You're all in the
Disease
same
stick to-
cabin.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll go lay hands on her then.
Is she in any way diseased, having lived in that shit all the time?
Yeah, we need to check her for disease first.
She was living in the rafter. She was above.
She's just
Sure.
breathing fumes.
But she was spending her time talking to poo goblins.
And,
And I can't imagine they're the cleanliest of people.
wasn't she like a skanky hoe anyway?
She's
She's
probably having
probably-
to bring her food and stuff since she was held up there.
She's
Yeah.
probably got every other disease going.
I can't imagine she went out and got her own food. And I mean, what do poo goblins eat?
Mm.
Poo?
Well, she did have the two
She did
hired
have
guards
human
out
guards.
front. Yeah.
True.
There was 3.
So should I do a heal check on her first before I do cure light wounds to see if I can do any normal helping or?
What are
Well,
the
I mean,
eth-
you could
what are the
do
ethics
long-term
of it?
care on her too, but
She might not want to be healed.
I'll be in the room in case she needs throttling again.
I'll have to wait till she wakes up to ask her if she wants to be healed. But I'll do a heal check just to see if I can assess her condition and
okay. Heal check.
See, I'm bringing modern real life politics into
21.
Well-
a game environment.
Well,
Good
curative
work, that'll
magic
do.
should be able to work. The blow she received to her head while she was helpless probably has some memory damage at the very least.
Hmm. So,
You can manage with memory damage. We'll be fine.
I can knit the bones back together, but yeah, well, we'll see how much her personality changes. Maybe she'll want to join our troop of adventurers.
Yay.
Sunshine,
Okay.
lollipops and rainbows and everything that's
Cure light wounds number 1.
just radical.
Go, Gary the elf.
3
go.
points.
She's still unconscious.
You're
Nice.
Gary,
Wow.
you're amazing.
We'll fire off another cure light wounds
Is it worth it?
for 8 points.
She slowly starts coming around. Oh, my head. What happened?
Some gal named Tarisha wanted to try and smash her brain in.
Was that what her name was? Okay, let me write that down.
I don't think you guys know that actually in character.
Oh, okay. I won't
Okay.
write that down then.
Some chick,
was it-
chick tried to smash her brain.
I had it written down, so I wasn't sure if one of the guards, her guards, referred to her, or if I just got that from her
I don't
token.
think so. I think it's just more one of those things you label someone, and you guys know now, so you guys can fester your hate for when you encounter her again.
Yes.
Fester or hate. I like that.
We like
And-
festering our hate. We're
Since
good at
you,
that.
since I probably just brought her awake, I'll fire off my final cure light wounds for the day on her.
Splat.
Since we're going to be resting up from fever blight. And another 5 points. Yeah.
Yes, there's noticeable more color to her skin, and the wound to her head is barely noticeable as she kind of sits up on the bed and the last few days I can barely remember a thing. Who are you people?
It's probably for the best, dear.
One of the last things I remember was finding the secrets area and retrieving the artifact that Shayla wanted me to, and I can't remember much after that. It's something about goblins and me being the leader of a Skarsny gang.
Apparently there's some bad effects to touching these artifacts in their current state, and Sheila sent us to look for you.
So you have saved me then.
Yes,
Yes, as a
we are brave.
that's the way you could put it.
And we lost a lot of our resources doing it too, but that's fine.
Oh, I'm
That's fine. We
terribly
didn't mind.
Sorry.
We were very happy to be able to help you in such a way.
What danger was I in?
Terrible danger. You were within seconds of being ripped apart by vicious dragon-faced goblins.
Dragon fist.
We
goblins.
only managed to get you away in time. I don't know. I'm just
Where
making
was
up.
I? Am I still within Magma?
You were in a very dark and dismal, hellish place, underground. It was horrible.
Oh, well,
It was.
thank you very
I'm
much.
so glad we were able to find you and get to you just in the nick of time, even though it just wiped us out. But
Have any of the Tower Girls... Oh, my apologies. I am Natalia Van Kaskakin. I do believe you know this, though.
yes.
May I ask the names of my heroes?
Well, your main hero is me. I'm Masaki.
You really didn't need that shine much at all, did you?
I really didn't.
That is
Gary.
terrifying.
Thank you, Sir Misaki.
Sir, I'm a lady.
Oh, my apologies.
It's okay. I know.
It's-
I get it a lot. You can't really tell.
And you, Mr.
I
who seems to be made out of metal.
am Niramo.
What is he? What are you?
I'm an ASMR.
Asima. What is that?
It's like it's half angel, half man.
Okay. Half angel.
Because angels are all smooth down below.
I rolled at random, and yes, I am actually. Did you not get that one?
What?
My two random character traits are androgynous and well muscled.
Oh god. So you're like massively fit and attractive, but with no.
Well, I don't look male or female. I just look silver.
But do you
Like
still
a
have?
silver Oscar.
But do you still
The
have?
Silver Surfer.
That's right. I look like a silver Oscar.
Do you still have genitals?
No, probably not.
Probably.
Why?
Probably, maybe.
If you're just androgynous,
I do, yeah, I'm probably a boy
That's
down
not-
below.
that's not asexual.
I'm not gonna
you,
find out.
Mr. Elf. Oh my, what horrible hands you have. Did you receive those wounds?
All the
saving-
better to freak you out.
Oh,
with.
these are.
All the better to stroke spoons with.
Rusty spells. The feeling of rust is
These predate our encounters.
Lindsay's took her headset off.
Little flake of skin.
There's something hidden within the oven.
Okay.
Just reach in and grab it for me.
So, have we found out your secret that you actually made salad fingers?
Where are my headphones back on?
You can put them back on. You can put them back on.
Trusting you now, as a man of your word, not to do it
I
anymore.
didn't promise I wouldn't do it again. I just said you can put them back on right now.
But I know you wouldn't do that. That would be
I
mean.
do have some talent in mimicry. Anyway, where were we?
Nasty.
Thalia was saying, "My, what burnt hands you have there, Grandma."
All the better to heal you with.
We're such a parody lot, aren't we? It's quite funny.
It is pretty terrible, actually. Yeah.
It's so enjoyable though to just be around people that actually know the things we're talking about. It's ace. I don't have to pretend I'm like a fashion person with
No.
you lot.
Natalia,
Yes.
you mentioned finding the artifact in a secret area. Where exactly were you?
It was within the No Tower Girls base of operations.
And where might that be?
Well, I was able to find a secret door within one of the pilings of the iris span known as the Crow. From there, we've been able
Hooray!
to excavate it and set up our base there.
So,
Have you heard anything about them searching for me? I do not quite understand, however, I would think Ayala might be quite upset with me for going into her chambers to find this.
I believe the guards did say that the rest of the Tower Girls were searching for you.
What sort of searching? Are
An
they
unhappy
hostile
sort, I
towards me?
believe.
the bad kind.
Bitch is gonna hate. They're all the same.
This does not bode well. If only
I hope
knew
Whippy
someone
Woman
who
wasn't one of
go
your-
towards the crow and could deal with Ayala. At this rate, I may have to leave Magnamar.
Who is Ayala?
She is the leader of the Tower Girls.
She's the leader.
And you
of-
found this artifact in a secret room in her chambers.
Yes, we have not completely gone as far into the crow as we could. There is some resistance further in, and the place is quite extensive.
Resistance from what?
There are, well, some creatures that have taken residence within there too. They are small and not very dangerous, but quite numerous, and they have made pets of monstrously sized vermin.
I just
joy.
remember that.
And this is in the Crow Pillar, you say?
May I ask, do you have interest in the crow?
We may be heading there shortly.
Is that so?
Yes.
Well, perhaps we could make a deal then.
Mm.
You see, I desire to be able to live within Magnamar safely. I feel my charade as an agent of the Pathfinders has been revealed, and the only way I could live here safely were if the Tower Girls, and especially Ayala, were to be dispersed in a permanent
we need-
fashion.
Wipe out the Tower Girls completely. Let's see. There's
That's not
more
what,
than 4 of them?
that's not what you're saying, Gary.
Oh.
Dispersed doesn't mean you have to kill them all, Gary.
I am certainly aware of the areas of the crow that we've explored so far, and I am not without my use in combat either.
Hmm.
If I could accompany you, perhaps, and if we are able to remove Ayala from leadership, I'd certainly be able to give you one of the magic items I possess. It was a gift from my mother, and though it would be quite difficult to give up for my life here in Magnamar, I'd certainly be willing to part with it.
What is it?
Odysseus Carvno says, where are my possessions, for that matter?
I think the guard has them.
This is
I'll go fetch them from the guard. They're here.
Thank you.
And look, we didn't even steal anything.
Chat, aren't we
How
nice?
honest of you.
I know.
Apparently, Natalia has this German accent. That's what I've settled on here. It seems to be easy enough for
I'd
me.
have flat out been to Transylvania and back by now.
You would have been to Transylvania and back. You would have just been in Transylvania.
It's true.
By way of
Hello.
Wales.
Jamaica.
Everybody somehow ends up as Transylvanian when I
Or
do an accent
Jamaican.
for a long period of time. Or Cornish or something.
You've never ended up Cornish that I've heard.
That'd be Norfolk.
Speaking of accents, I have a question. Have you guys, just as a bit of curiosity, have you guys seen the Pixar movie Brave? How
No,
amazing.
not yet. Is it terrifying?
No. I was just wondering, there's this one particular character who speaks in a way that even the movie points out no one can understand him. And I was wondering if you are able to understand his accent.
Not
Or
tried.
if it's deliberate gibberish.
Don't know.
Some of my Scottish relatives have been very difficult to understand. So, and he has an aunt and an uncle that are from somewhere, and they
Well, we've
Practically-
made mention
My
that
aunt's fine.
we've made
No, it's
mentioned
Rob,
that
isn't
you
it?
guys
Yeah.
were able to, or Hal at least was able to understand and hot fuzz that one fellow
Yeah.
there with.
Oh, yeah.
So
My uncle Rob has a very strong Scottish accent.
yeah. So
Yeah,
if
it's
you
very-
guys do watch it, please inform me because I'm interested if it's just someone in a very thick accent or if they just chose to use gibberish.
What was his character? What
He's the blonde prince
Okay.
of the one clan there. I mean, like the thing is, it's so strong. Like even the other people just they make a note that no one can understand them basically. So
That's funny.
So, Natalia. Oh, sorry.
yes,
Oh, Gary, go.
Would you be able to draw out some maps in case we got separated if we choose to go into the tower with you?
That's a good idea.
you have to ask that. She is able to do that. Please don't make me. It should not be. As far as I can tell, it is not terribly maze-like. It is very easy to find your way back. If you wish, I could draw up some maps.
That would be terribly useful.
No immediate rush. We're probably going to be resting up for at least another day before we can reasonably plan a.
The simple thing is, I can't do anything tonight in ways of a map, really.
It's
Yeah.
all right. Maybe we'll just assume we have them. So we should offer you to come with us.
Well, it's
Yes.
11 o'clock anyway, so we wouldn't be able to really actively go,
I want to fight a monster.
like, all ball. Well, yes, and then will you get up in the morning?
Monster.
I want to get healed, and well, I'm down Constitution and Dex, and I can barely afford the Dex.
Monster.
I'll let you fight a monster later, dear.
Now.
How bad do I need to roll on a crossbow bolt to accidentally get Niramore in the back when I'm shooting?
You can't do
Accidentally,
that.
probably not that badly.
It might maybe a 1. I might decide to be particularly cruel, but no. Not
Okay.
you.
I think I'm down to -5 again with my Dex in its current state.
-5's terrifying.
Well, unranged.
Jesus.
So let's
With
see.
weapons.
I think Natalia is relatively close to being healed. She was down quite a bit, though.
Mm.
Yeah, she's probably a little bit hurt still. What'd she get? She got healed 16, and she was down like -8. So,
Ouch. She was lucky then.
well, no, she was lucky. It was like he rolled he was like a 7 on the coup de grace,
hmm
and she was just barely in her negatives. Or,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and if I remember right, Niramore did some subdual with her before we took her out, so she wasn't fully in.
Yes. Or
I believe. Don't think she actually took any. She didn't take much in the way of actual damage down to 0. She took a little, but
a bit.
she took some, but it wasn't a huge amount. Most of her damage was subdual, I think.
I'm not sure. I think
Although there were some arrows and stuff shooting at her,
Yeah, and a little bit of fire and a.
and a bit of fire.
It's been a month. I don't remember exactly what her hit points
That's
were.
right.
All I know is that she narrowly escaped a coup de grace. So
Yeah. But luckily we stabilized her, and
So, let's wait a day. We can chat to her while we kill monsters.
do we want to get more
Lockhart, is there
plague, whatever?
Is there a monster living in the garden? Or anything? Like some really scary, like, little dog or something we can go and set him on?
you know,
4-year-old.
He clearly needs to go and work something out of his system.
I'm sure if he went over to the amazing Zography, he'd be able to find a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably left by now, though, right?
You seem to underestimate the hold some of the scars you have.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm betting that
There's
there's
also the
drug
fact
trade
that-
there is not a entirely blind area for the guards.
There's also the simple fact that you didn't actually notify the guards about it.
No, we didn't.
Yes.
Thing, that was the nastiest thing I've ever seen and heard. Please
It was
don't ever stick your finger in your ear when your headphones are
It was
microphone.
the noises more than anything.
You're gonna have to listen to this, and you're going to understand what we're talking about. Yeah,
It's funny. I like that.
that was lovely.
So,
So, is there anything else you wish to know on this day about the Tower Girls from Natalia, or
They sound like a burlesque troupe.
How numerous are they?
And
How
what
big of
are
a band
they?
is they?
Are they? What are they?
About a dozen and a half. Basically, they operate as thieves. Quite often, they try to target houses where, like merchant houses, where they're gone for extended periods of time and rob from there. the most notable thing she's able to tell you is that Ayala is a were-rat. Has begun turning some of the more loyal and those who have proven themselves of the Tower Girls into were-rats as well.
What was her name? Ayala.
Ayala.
How do I spell that?
Ayala. I can
Okay.
even
guessed
give you
right.
the last name if you want.
That's all right. That's fine.
This
What skill does were-rat come under for knowing things?
knowledge nature probably.
Anybody got knowledge nature that's worth a shot?
Yeah. Well, no.
I have it at 9.
Roll it.
Oh.
I get to roll dice. I get to roll dice.
Better than my big fat 0. Is that including your new shiny 2 plus 2?
Yes, that's
Woo!
my plus 2.
You have knowledge
I've got
nature.
4 on that and
I
4
do.
on engineering.
You have it trained.
That's pretty trained.
I think it comes from her background.
Oh, possibly.
Don't be taking my powers away from me. I got
Oh,
16.
for that matter, Misaki, you can also make me. Do you have knowledge local?
I do.
You can roll that as well.
Can I do that also?
Well, she does off the shard.
Rather exciting.
Well, no. The shard doesn't give you ranks. It gives you a bonus. If you don't have a rank in knowledge, local.
12.
I thought because the Ironstone gives you skill points
No,
for
it
this
gives you
one
skill points only knowledge history.
History, that's right, sorry.
Yes.
I got 12 for that one.
Misaki, you're definitely able to know that were-rats obviously turn to rats and are lycanthropes, which means that they take less damage unless it's a silver weapon. Which I'm sure is what Hal was getting at, right?
That
Silver
is,
weapons-
yes. We just need to be sure everyone is silvered.
I have a silver dagger already.
Is fire silver?
It's
They will
fire
take full
silver.
damage. They will take full damage from fire. It's weapons where it has to be silver. Misaki, as a former
Can we be
Starsman,
bitten by them?
you can be bitten by them and contract lycanthropy from it as
Okay.
well. Though lycanthropy is really the wrong word because that's for wolves, but that's,
Yeah.
Well, I thought
No,
lycanthropy.
well, it's
Yeah.
lichen is referring
Yeah.
to wolf, so
So okay, Rattus. The black
I-
rat. The black
don't
rat is
know.
Rattus. So
Ratus.
it is
right. Right.
Ratopathy.
Ratopathy?
Ratanthropy.
ratanthropy. There we go.
What does that make it if you're a werebear? Ursanthropy.
Sure.
Yeah, I like that.
Misanthropy.
And if you're a wereporpoise,
A wereporpoise. You can be a wereboar.
Yep. Know that.
now
Porsanthropy.
is lycanthropy and Pathfinder where when you're new at it, you're like out of control entirely when you
I think
change?
there's a save you have to make to be in control or not. And typically, you have to make the save, otherwise you start shifting your alignments towards a more usually evil alignment. There's a few that are good or neutral, like werebears are actually lawful neutral, I think. typically.
Werebear stare.
They may be good, actually, werebears.
Possibly good.
We're unicorn.
There's not many though. Most of them are evil of some sort,
Right.
and typically, were-rats are generally evil, I think.
Couldn't she be a were tavern wench or something?
I don't know. I think I'd be less scared by a were rat than a were tavern wench.
You get bitten during the full moon. You have a sudden urge to wear skimpy clothing and serve beer to
It's
gentlemen
funny.
who want to pinch your bottom.
I get that all the time.
We'll have a lot of that on Friday, I'm sure, dear.
Skull, 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 skull. I get to go out and I don't have to work. And I get to dress up and I get to dance and drink lots of alcohol. And it's going to be amazing.
Except for it's at numbers.
Yeah, but I don't care. Because I don't have to do anything. So-
Once again, is there anything in particular?
Think so. How many has she changed into were rats? Does she know?
She doesn't know particularly. At the beginning, she was only really kind of starting to do it, but as they were kind of fortifying their position within the tower, she was basically really trying to raise up more people to accept the role. The reason why they were looking for a new base is because they made a failed attempt to seize power from the Rickwash Blades, another Skarsny gang, and they basically destroyed their base and are kind of have it out for the Tower Girls right now. So right now they're in the Crow. They're trying to consolidate their power as much as possible, which could lead to more were-rat transformations.
What was the last number that she knows of? Like more than one, less than five,
As
more
far
than
as you
five?
know, there was only one other at the time, but the offer was made for
Okay.
it.
And they're about 18 overall in number.
I think that's somewhat accurate.
And they're fighting with a
18. I don't really want to look up the exact number right now, but
they're fighting with a gang called the Rickwash Blades.
Rickwash. Yes.
Rick. Okay.
Is there a standard routine where most of the girls would be out at a certain time doing jobs, or?
Not in particular. Right now, the treasures they're finding in the Crow make it more worth their while to keep exploring within there and keep holdings than going out.
And is there only one entrance you know of to the Crow?
There is one entrance way. From there is a ground entrance, and there is a higher up entrance that most of the girls use. Someone will lower a rope. To climb up there, though, is relatively dangerous without the aid of a rope.
Which entrance would you recommend us to go into if we were trying to be quiet?
The ropeway would definitely be the sneakier entrance to go through. But there's enough guard posts kind of posted throughout. They've tried to keep it quiet, but they are still obviously at war within the Skarsny game and being very cautious. Approaching at any time other than at night or in the fogs of morning, they'd be pretty much instantly spotted and at the ready.
Right.
Well, we obviously just have to disguise ourselves all as Tower Girls so that we can enter and yeah.
I do not think it is very likely.
You know,
First of all, you are taller than any Tower Girl, and I do not think I even need to mention the troubles of disguising Misaki or Niramar as a Varasian woman.
hey, I'm androgynous.
What are you saying, dude?
Your skin is
silver.
also very shiny.
Hey,
We can mud them up.
We can do some foundation or something.
I would also think that if you plan on taking me along, my very presence would likely tip them
I'm
off.
thinking that, is it dangerous to take you on this mission?
For
There's
us.
no more
Well,
danger
no, I
of
mean,
me
for-
remaining in Magnamar.
Because, well, you could remain in Magnamar, but I'm thinking if we take you, it basically blows a hole in any diplomacy we might have. Any options we have to talk to these people, other than them to say, give us that bitch or we'll kill you all.
Well, unless we put the fake binders on her and run like we're returning her for justice of...
I would prefer not to be bound. And not all the girls prove Ayala as the leader. It is possible some could be talked and reasoned with.
Okay.
However, most likely those who have been turned into the were-rats and those in the presence of the lieutenants of the Tower Girls are less likely to take to any reasoning.
Girls are awful.
Yeah, they are.
I know, right? You just can't deal with these. It's even worse in the underground. You know, if you're just trying to live a normal life, the first you have to worry about is another woman stealing your man. And, you know, you can just smack those bitches. But these women here who are thieves, I mean, they'll steal anything of yours. And then you get to be friends with them and run together. And next thing you know, they're leaving you tied up in the house with the guards knocking on the door.
Lockhart,
Yes?
I love you.
I
You're
try.
ace.
That's funny.
Every now and then I have a moment of inspiration with an NPC and run away.
Boom! Here's me building bridges.
So there's probably no rat bane like there's wolf's bane or something
Well,
for.
it all works the same way. Wolfsbane.
I've actually been doing some research on rats recently, having reread Rats Lair and Domain. I know all sorts of good ways of killing rats, so I can be an exterminator.
Big mouse trap.
No, you just gas the fuckers.
Gas them.
Yeah, you concrete up all their entrances, and then you just you spray a powder in with that's cool, and then as soon as it hits the damp air, it forms a gas and it kills them.
Cool.
It's kind of awesome, really.
That sounds a bit beyond the alchemy of the Pathfinder world.
Hey, dude, if the 1970s British constabulary can manage it, I'm pretty sure that pretty much anybody can manage it.
So we just need a couple of barrels of arsenic and a couple barrels of pesh, and
and then some billows, and then some wooden doors to barricade them in with, and Bob's your uncle.
The piling is reasonably large and tall.
We only have to do the.
To seal.
We'd manage. We'd just go and find the bathroom. Because
So-
they all go to the bathroom together, so we just send one to the bathroom, and then they'll all follow, and then we'll just.
Since these are actual pilings for the iron span, are these 100 feet in diameter, or I mean, how
Okay,
huge are
so
we talking on
here's-
these things?
Here is what it says in the book. However, I believe someone pointed out that these are incorrect. But it says that all of the surviving pilings are over 20 feet wide along its midsection, widening to over 250 feet at the upper section where the piling once supported the iron span above. They
So they're
extend
nearest in the middle?
220 feet above sea level, and I suppose this could be known. It extends 50 feet underwater to the harbor floor.
What kind of bridge would it look like? Can you think of like a modern one I could picture?
Well, I mean, the thing is, most of these pilings don't support a bridge anymore. The bridge has collapsed.
Okay.
There's only a small portion of it that creates that shadow area, which is the slums.
Okay.
But the Crow and several others, which are just sticking out of the harbor, basically, of the water, don't support anything on top of them.
Okay. Why is it called the Crow?
Each of
Is that
them,
right?
each of the pilings has an animal that's carved onto it. This one has crows.
Okay, like a totem.
Sure. There's multiple of the animals, but
Awesome. That's kind of cool.
So like the Ashanti totem.
So I'm kind of thinking of the Humber Bridge in my head because that's the bridge I know the best.
yeah, they don't really
Having
have
had to
anything
go on
do with the
every
show on TV. These are
Okay.
Every school trip I ever went on was to that goddamn thing.
hang on, dude, just give me a map of it.
I think Hal might be asleep, so we might have to think about.
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
not
I'm-
asleep. I'm listening to you.
Yes, you're not contributing either.
It's alright, I'm not the talkative one. That's why I want to punch something.
Do you want to get more anti-plague stuff for our next day's healing checks, or?
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, well, why don't we see if we wake up sick?
So yeah, so we're just basically gonna have a couple more days to heal up and try
Yes,
and deal with the sickness.
Yes.
Yeah, since we're
So, well, basically, we'll assume that everyone's gonna be at full hit points and full spells when you guys do settle off here.
We're gonna
Yes.
be like hardcore.
Pretty easy. So the next day, you are indeed still sick. You guys
Goddamn.
need your saves then, so you don't take damage now, but you're still sick. You can tell you're not gone better. And it seems someone else has started getting sick as well with filth fever.
Is she molting?
Me?
There's probably a bit of molting. Misaki,
Why? I was
Just
okay.
It took longer.
Oh.
so
Everybody
we should
failed
go
the
to your
save.
decks.
So what do I have to do?
Oh, you know what? I forgot though. You might want to make me heal checks during the night for your care for recovering.
Oh,
Stats.
sure. So that's just on me and Miramar.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Heal checks to try and help our
Heal.
stats.
Long-term care.
Oh, yeah, heal me.
Let's see, Miramar. 12?
Gary, we're gonna replace you. Gonna be Kevin the elf next.
Jeffrey.
Jeff the elf.
Oh, darn it! I have to look up healing.
When life hands you a Jeffrey, stroke the furry wall.
So what did you make there? You got a 12. So who
Yeah.
got 4?
That was for Miramar.
Okay. And are you gonna make one for yourself?
20.
Oh, of course, Gary.
Okay. You're quite good at healing yourself.
Of course, he's used to stroking that.
So Gary gets to recover 2 from both stats, which I believe puts you at full.
Yep.
And Nearmore gets to recover 1 from each stat.
That's not bad. I'm only down 1 point of dex right now. Then.
But you all 3 still sick.
Right.
Is Natalia showing any signs yet?
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go and snog her just so she gets it.
Goodbye to the bitch.
Can
I can't
you
bite.
slog someone with a
You
beak?
can bite. You've got a beak.
Yeah, I'll
Beaker?
find a way.
You do not seem to be being very healthy right now.
We swallowed a bit of filth and
Perhaps I can make your my father's recipe for chicken soup. It should be very helpful.
Chickens?
You are Raven, no? There's no problem with chickens.
I haven't decided on my standpoint on other birds, but
Funny.
Well,
don't-
what's our standpoint on other mammals?
tasty.
Well, that depends, I guess. I mean, how many monkeys do you eat? But it's even not that, is it? It's like, I guess the difference between a chicken and a raven is the difference between like a.
It's fish, birds, mammals. Like birds are all as separate
I
as
do
mammals
not
are
eat
from
a
each other,
creature
really.
that looks like me.
True.
Therefore, I'm not going to eat a bird that looks like me.
Well, but we're using human relativity.
Mhm. And as
what
a
if
human,
birds-
I don't look like a cow, so I don't have a problem eating that.
But we're using that for mammal
Mm-hmm.
definitions. What do birds use to distinguish how different they are?
Well, and I've
from
seen
each other?
crows picking at a crow carcass on the,
Yeah, crows will eat anything, apparently, except for chickens. I don't like chickens. They give me gas.
feel like chicken tonight, like.
She needs a chicken fish.
That's what I need. I've got a mad craving for a chicken fish.
I would gladly
I
accept
suppose I
Natalia's
could add
noble offer
fish
of
to the
soup.
recipe as well.
That would be fine.
All right, I will make you chicken and fish soup.
Thank you.
Chicken and fish soup sounds disgusting.
It is not the most pleasant thing you've tasted. If you
Can
did- if
you
dine
put
to
some
try it.
can you put some millet or something in it for me?
Millet. To sharpen your beak.
You just add extra hot sauce to burn off any of the disease,
As a Eurasian dish, it is quite spicy.
Awesome.
We need to spend some more money on potions here, people.
That's up to you.
Well, we made our first fortitude saves last time, so we actually kind of wasted it, but we couldn't know that going in, so.
Right.
I need potions.
And of course, there's also just Gary's heal check to give that +4 bonus.
Oh yeah, Gary's heal check. Why don't? Well, we could end up spending literally hundreds of gold here,
We could.
and it's.
Oh, so it's all right for you two, but now that I'm sick, you're all like, yeah, let's.
Or we could spend a week trying to.
I get the same
Kick
amount
filth
spent on
feeder.
me as you got spent on you. Party money. I am party.
Actually, it was personal money.
Was it?
Yes, I wouldn't take from the party fund when it was me that was buying.
Mm-hmm. Where did you buy from, Gary?
Actually, I bought both.
Well, you can buy me one then. I feel left out. Don't you love me?
Yes, do you want one?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's see if we can tough it out and we'll get you one tomorrow.
No!
If you want, Natalia can offer to assist Gary in a heal attempt.
Yes, please, Natalia.
So, as an aid another to Gary's attempt.
Sometimes my hands, they don't work so well when I'm,
Yes, because they're up his ass.
Sorry, what rolls were those from Gary? Heal checks on who?
The 12 was
Those
on
those
Miramar.
were during the night. Sorry.
Yeah, that was to get our...
Okay. So who are you going to attempt to heal first?
I'll start off with Misaki, because she's number 1.
So Natalia's attempt at helping is not good.
-1, Lockhart. You
And then
don't get
11.
excited.
She's trying to be helpful. She just honestly doesn't know anything.
And I got an 11 overall, so, or before her help, so...
So it's just a
Yes.
straight save.
The Tengu difference in biology seems to be confusing you. Next.
We'll go for... Oh,
Did she make her save?
Me? I don't know what I'm doing.
I thought you were buying stuff first before.
Are we buying stuff?
You won't let me.
We're thinking about it.
yeah,
Shall we buy it or not? Party funds currently have 1133.
I can maybe afford it. I've got money.
Yes, but we're
How much
pissing
money?
off.
How much money does it cost? Hey, this is my life. I'm gonna pay it.
I know it's this kind of stuff that makes us weak and pathetic at later levels because we piss all our money away on useless crap like potions.
The
well,
thing is,
other than dying is a...
Field fever is actually something that can kill you. It does con damage.
Yeah,
and
it does,
not
which
in
is a bit of a
reasonable
problem.
amounts.
Yeah, and it was fine for you like 30 minutes ago.
We thought it was a single. We thought it was a single save at that point.
I was pretty sure it was at least 2.
All right, so let's buy another round of potions.
I have 168 gold pieces of my own,
Right.
plus whatever
So
the
you're buying a
party's
potion
given
for
me.
everyone?
Should we? Let the party buy a potion for everybody.
Okay.
Alright.
The party buys a potion for everyone. Hooray for the party!
You're grumpy.
No grumpy. Okay, we have a party potions.
Okay, so do we want... So, I'm not helping Misaki at all on the her
No.
fortitude saves, but... Shall I check
What
if...
does that mean? Do
I
I
mean...
Well, let's just finish up with Misaki here then.
Okay.
So Lindsay, so you've taken 3 con damage. So what
Yes.
does that put your con at right now?
The big number or the little number? The
The
little
big
number. Oh, the big number would be 9.
From 12?
Yes.
So
So
minus
your fort save is -2 from its regular.
So that would be -1.
Okay. So you get to roll 1d20 -1 twice and take the better result.
Don't want to.
Go on, you can do it.
1d20 -1.
Yes.
Yes. But you only need like a 16 or so.
Woo,
Oh!
that's good. Looking solid on a 19. Good enough,
You have one more
Lockhart?
save for today. So who are we going to do next here?
We'll do Niramore since
Okay.
it's easier for me to
I
work
think
on
we
other
should do him
people.
last.
She seems
17.
that pinching the skin is helpful in recovering from illnesses.
Ouch.
Only down below.
Is that helpful? Did he pass?
I got a 17 on my own.
Gary does pass. He apparently uses it as some sort of distraction to administer, I don't know,
Something.
a soothing back rub that helps Nieramore's immune system.
She was distracting him from the hose I was inserting.
So what am I rolling?
So you get to
2
roll
forts.
your fort save +4 twice.
That's pretty nice. 13.
Yeah, you're good.
Really?
Yeah.
23. Thank you, Gary. Do I feel better?
Hard to say.
God damn you, Lockhart. I hate disease. Level 1's mean to have diseases.
Again, it's the only level where it really matters.
Well, yeah, you're right, because after that we have ways of curing it, right?
Yeah. Well,
So-
I won't get cure disease until like what, 6th level.
Yeah, ish.
So Natalia will try to work her assisting abilities on Gary now.
Ooh, ooh.
Hang on a second. Why don't I try to help?
Sure. But she does succeed in doing so.
Oh,
Apparently, pinching elf ears actually does increase their immune system somewhat.
well, how many people can assist?
We'll say reasonably, I don't know, 2 or something. It's,
I'll roll.
it's this
We may
weird
as well
full
roll it.
body massage and cold compass on Gary.
14!
I don't want the fee.
So I got 2 valid assists, and I will get a 17 on my heal check.
Oh yeah. So you get to roll twice again your fort save plus 4.
Fort save is now up to 1 because I healed my con damage. So plus 5.
Gary.
Oh,
Gary. 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 Gary.
So what illness am I got?
Gary.
Filth fever.
Filthy.
Boo! Gary sucks.
Good.
I thought it was getting better.
The next day, Nearmore is
Yes.
feeling hale and hearty.
Thank God for that.
Misaki is still sick, but doesn't get worse. Gary, on the other hand,
Gets worse.
and of
So-
course, it's consecutive saves.
So what did my
well,
my
we-
rolling do? What did my awesome getting 20 do?
You need to make 2 saves in a row.
Okay.
Do we do some healing of stats
Oh,
overnight?
yes.
So do,
Oh,
what, do I
Gary.
get? Do I get a con back or something?
Gary's
so-
going to try and fix you.
Oh, okay.
So Nearmore is just fine on his own. You recover normally.
Do I recover my final 1 con?
Yes.
Or 1? Yes?
Yeah, you recover that through normal rest.
Is,
So
is that
if
me
you
3
check
decks
for-
and 2?
That will mean 3 dex and 2 con, but first do a heal check for Masaki to see if she can recover
Alright.
some stuffs.
Do I get any assists on the heal check?
I'll try.
Natalia is I
Getting
suppose she would try
bored.
to assist.
Oh, I got you a 6. No hope from me.
Alright.
Natalia is ever eager to help with her chicken fish soup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could have helped, but
Gary fluffed it
Yeah.
again.
So Masaki heals 1 from each status, or 1 from each stat.
Whoops. So where was I? I had. What did I lose?
You had 2 dex damage, 3 con damage, I believe.
Okay.
So now you're at 1 dex damage, 2 con. Both of you are still sick. Gary needs 2 consecutive saves.
yes.
Gary!
I guess heal checks to see if I can.
Are you buying more healing items?
More potions?
I will pay for a dose for myself out of my own pocket.
Okay, Masaki gets a free one from party funds, I guess.
Okay.
There we go.
Shall we do our run through on Masaki first here?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Natalia's assist attempt is good.
Woo! Should I help too? Also good.
Oh hell
Oh.
yeah!
And my heal check.
Yay!
Gary did it!
It works.
Am I
So
cute?
Masaki, you get 2 fort saves rolled with a +4 bonus.
Okay.
Woo!
This thing.
Come on, you can do this.
Fort save number 1.
Cough it out.
With what? With,
I think it's a straight +4 because your con is what 0 right now.
Yeah, it'd be up to
Yeah.
10, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah!
One more.
Nasty.
Yay! 22!
So that with the last one means I'm cured?
Misaki is hale and hearty.
Yay!
So either I get better again, or I find out what stage 2 looks like.
That's where your arms fall off.
Natalia helps the heal attempt. Or
Oh.
it doesn't.
Hang on, let's see what I can muster. A 16.
I don't have heal, so I don't think I can do anything.
I don't have it either, but I have a
Oh,
reasonable.
25.
I have a decent
Oh.
wisdom.
You get your heal bonus.
It's a shame that wasn't your roll.
So +4, and my fortitude is currently a 0, so +4.
Gary.
17.
You get 1 save.
Yay!
The next day.
Gary.
So do I get to try and heal my con damage overnight again?
Oh, yes. For that matter, we might want to do a heal attempt on Misaki as well.
Do I? Because is my con damage still there then?
Yes.
Okay.
12 for aiding.
Okay, you get an aid from Niramore,
And
but you don't succeed for Misaki.
okay.
For yourself.
17 for aid.
Natalia is just no longer helpful. The chicken fish stew does not seem to
I'm
work
getting
very well
16.
2 nights in
I'm
a
getting good
row.
at this healing stuff.
16.
All right. So Misaki, you only of each stat, which still puts you at -1 con, I believe.
Yeah.
And Gary, however, gets to recover 2 of each stat.
So I'm -1 on dex, and my con is back to normal again.
And now, will Gary be spending more money?
I better not flub this again.
You have the cash to do it.
Yeah.
Or should I ask whether or not, at this point, would you guys now adventure for a day now, or would you spend? Because at this point, you're relatively close to being full. It's just the next day, Gary might be hurt or not.
Oh,
Well, sure, we could-
can we go adventuring when Gary is diseased?
Yes.
Oh, I'm only down 1 on dex.
Yeah, but we could end up in the middle of the crow and you'd be like failing your saves all over the place and dying on the floor with no constitution.
Well, yeah, if we spend a few nights there, and
Well,
Yeah.
nothing because you have to spend a night there. Like, you
Well.
can row out to it within, 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. I guess we're in the city, right?
It's, it's within the city.
What happens if he gets captured?
then maybe I'll become a were rat.
Yeah, I bet they're immune to filth fever. Because they probably give it to you.
Although I
So-
don't think the Tower Girls would try and convert me.
But not being a girl.
What do you guys decide?
Willing to learn.
Lens, what do you think?
I don't know.
Do we let Gary try and heal again? Or do we go adventuring today instead?
I don't know. What do you reckon?
I don't mind. How big of a wuss are you, Gary?
It's 20 to 12, so we are not playing for much longer.
No, we need to decide.
I just
Yes.
want to know: are we gonna?
Yep.
Are you guys literally not moving until you're fully health, or are you gonna
Whoa.
risk just being down a little bit?
To be honest, there are only 3 of us. We can't risk going
I don't
in
think we
without
can.
being fully healed, I don't
You're
think.
not taking it, Talia along?
Well, you
I
know
think we
what I
should
mean.
take- I mean, effectively, I'm only down 1 dex at this point, so
Yeah, but one
you're
fluff,
already so
one fluffed
fucking
roll, you
useless.
could be down 4, you could be down 5 decks down and 4 con down.
But again, that would be tomorrow.
yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
See, that's why I'm saying it's like any disease prep could be done for today, but he doesn't get any damage tomorrow for the roll.
Right. Is the dex affecting your AC?
No, I moved from 9 to 8, so
Okay.
And once again, he's using his charisma instead. The only
Yeah.
person
Oh,
who's
yeah.
really effective is Misaki, actually,
Mm,
whose hit points are 2 lower than normal.
right.
But they just went up by 5, so I can't really complain that much,
But
probably.
you're about to head into the level 2 section of the adventure,
Yeah.
where everything's level 2-ish.
Well, then I think.
And
we
it
should
was
wait.
level 1 before?
You know, yeah, it was pretty hardcore before, to be honest. Those fights were hardcore.
They might have expected us to be smart.
No, I think situationally that house was difficult.
I almost thought about
Tactically it
when,
was,
I
yeah.
will say,
when Lockhart was describing the condition of the place, I almost thought about trying to break out the back
Yeah,
wall. And
I mean, when it comes down to it, you're probably better off just setting fire to the fucking thing and burning the bitch out.
and then fighting all the enemies as once as they come out.
Well, you know, hopefully some will be on fire and be hit by bits of burning building.
Anyway, yeah, you have, I think, again, the author Greg Avon, who I think is pretty known for making some tough fights.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, situationally, that's difficult for a level 1 party at best, but then also to put them in a situation where they eventually come out and are diseased at level 1 is a bit mean. Because there's really no way most of the party is going to get diseased.
Yeah, not arguing it, but
No, it's hardcore.
anyway. So so you guys are gonna do another day here of recovery? Then it sounds like.
Sure,
I
yeah,
think so.
let's do it. What we're going to lose, really.
So then, Gary, you're buying another anti-plague.
yeah,
Somebody's like, ha 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 ha, I'm going to the Bahamas.
So Natalia's attempt to help on
Come
the
on,
heal
Gary,
check
we can do this.
is good.
15 from me.
all right. And this is just me today.
I still have one.
It's,
My con is still at -1.
but he already made the attempt. You'll be full at tomorrow. Lindsay.
Okay.
Oh, that's right, because she's broken the fever. She's just
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
healing the damage.
I did not know.
Come
that.
on, Gary.
Oh. 19.
Good work, Gary.
+4.
So that now I am up to actually +5 on my fort save.
Come on, Gary.
So you get 2 rolls.
Gary, no! Not
Why does
like
Tabletop
that.
Forge hate me?
Not like that, Gary.
Because you picked the name Gary for an elf?
It hated me with my other characters too.
Hey,
There we go.
Gary won. Gary
It
wins.
only took you like 5 days, but now everyone is fully healed.
That was terrible. The party fund is down to 898 gold.
How much
Yes,
was that?
but we're
300
alive.
gold?
Yeah, we spent about 300 gold.
Okay. And with that, we'll end it there, and you guys can do any buying, selling at the beginning of the next session. Or...
Okay, we have some stuff to sell, but not a lot.
I was going to say, we don't have a lot to do we?
We have like a few handfuls of stuff. We're going to go give something to Fenster, and the rest we'll sell.
Yeah.
I'll add it to the to sell list.
Give Timmy a scholarship. And
Yeah. Come with us, Timmy.
Scholarship. We'll give him a scholarship to Urchin College.
Urch. Where he learns to urch.
It's where he gets taught how to ask for more.
More.
Well,
Did we get
that
XP,
was-
Lockhart? Oh no, wait, we didn't actually do
Not
anything.
really, no, I'm afraid.
we fought a fever.
Oh yeah. I'm sure, and it nearly killed us. It must have been high challenge rating.
I'm afraid that's part of the challenge rating of the house,
Damn you,
not
Lockhart.
its own thing. Still, you got a good bit of information, and
And I wrote it all down as well, so.
And we've got a sexy new companion.
yes, indeed.
Until she has her kidneys rearranged, because that's what always happens to NPCs.
Or she goes psycho on us.
Yeah, I don't know how much I trust her taking her back there, to be honest. Especially considering we're also taking back the artifact that she supposedly stolen to the lady that actually is trying to find it.
This is
Well-
what you want to use sense motive for.
But we made
Oh,
it
yeah,
better
I have-
first.
I have that skill, but I'm obviously busy distracted by.
You don't have to take me at face value. You can say, "Can I do a sense motive to see if she might be telling me the truth?"
Yeah, I don't trust her.
And then I roll her maxed out bluff
Well,
score against her. sense
Tomorrow,
motive.
when he wakes up, he'll remember that he was going to do that, so
Yeah.
that'll be all good and fine.
I mean, in fairness to her, she just had a couple moments where the rest of you guys were pretty much just sitting in bed all day, where she could have like stabbed you while you were snoozing and taking the shard if she wanted to.
Yeah, she
True,
doesn't-
but I
she
still
doesn't
don't trust
seem-
her.
She doesn't seem particularly evil.
I mean, she may not want the shard back at this point, but she may want to take it back to the chick that wants it in order to gain favour again in the gang.
Valid point.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's reformed.
And she has boobs.
That's because you're called Gary the Elf.
That's a cute name.
I know it is, it's funny.
For a teddy bear.
Gary the Elf is a teddy bear.
It's a rubbish name for a big strapping elf.
But of course, if you don't trust her, you don't have to take her along.
Well, maybe she can walk in front and look for traps.
Hey, that's my job.
With her face.
With
Not the
her-
face, not the face.
But she's so pretty.
Not after she's been through this
You guys,
tower face
you
first.
guys actually haven't met the potential minion hiring I had planned.
Ah,
Really? I thought that was her.
Nope.
Oh.
There's a minion hiring?
I added one to give you guys the option, if you wish, of hiring a bit of extra muscle.
So is she supposed to come with us as part of this
we
adventure?
still might.
Oh, you're not going to
No.
tell me, are you?
The adventure is completely written that she could die if you want. See, again, that's the whole thing to avoid that fight. If you want, you can give her up to the Tower Girls and avoid that big fight completely.
What, and just say she's in there?
And I think our alignment might come crashing down somewhat.
I'm guessing that means we don't get the shard.
It depends. I mean, obviously, it depends how cooperative you are. If you just leave her and scamper out of there, you can probably get away with it.
Huh.
Use her as a distraction.
it's nice. It pays to be nice to NPCs. I mean, we were nice to Timmy, and he came with Fenster to come get us, and now we've been nice to Natasha and Talia, and she's
You can't even remember her name. You're
Even though we
horrible.
can't remember what she's called.
She hates you. That's why she wasn't helping you properly. She's like, dude, can't even get my name right. So,
Yeah, Natalie.
Natalie.
She just can't stand looking at those hands of his.
yeah.
That's what it is.
I guess in our days of healing too, I could have healed up any damage she had left with Cure Light Wounds.
I kind of assumed that, yeah. But to be
Yeah.
perfectly honest, she probably would have recovered naturally at this point.
yeah.
Yeah, she's level 45.
But
Next time I'll just buy the cheap whiskey that's probably just as effective as the plague. Probably what they make it out of.
Okay, let me look at a calendar. When can we play next?
well, I mean, like I said,
Tomorrow.
I'm pretty good here.
I want to punch something.
What are we doing? I probably can't do tomorrow.
No,
Because
tomorrow would not be.
I have a big day on. Well, not as big a day on Friday, but it was
Yeah.
gonna be bigger.
Thursday's my beer and German food night.
Okay.
You have beer and German food every week.
Yeah. Well, I don't always like get a
tomorrow-
schnitzel or something. Occasionally I get, something less, but
Tomorrow
like
is
a
a cram day
sausage.
for me for my test on Friday morning.
Okay.
Cram day, I love that.
Friday night we will definitely be out all night,
Okay.
getting very very drunk.
Well, you will be. I'll be driving.
Yeah, sorry.
So, uh,
But I don't think we're doing anything on Saturday. If anyone else is doing stuff on Saturday.
Should be fine on Saturday.
that looks clear to me right now.
Hal, are you clear on Saturday?
yes. Am I clear on Saturday?
Yes.
Cool.
As long as I don't have to get up too early.
So let's start playing at like 9 o'clock in the evening.
That might be about right. There you go.
So are we going to be doing Temple of Time or Shattered Star again?
That's a good question.
Do you want to
I think
do
you're calling a
another?
Shattered Star here.
Oh, yeah, we need. Yeah, you want to do shots? I want to fight something.
Yeah, let us do
Yeah.
another one of these,
Okay.
so that we can capitalize on the fact that we've learned a shitload of stuff today, and we can. Do
Yeah, that's
something.
fair. That's fair. We've learnt a lot of plot, and if we don't start moving it forward, we're all going to forget it.
Yeah.
If
also
if
gives
Carter's
a
up
good
for it.
thing well, basically, since I'm now in finals, I have a lot of free days. So basically, I can just take a couple days to like prep this for like the whole book as much as possible, and then just.
We made some good headway
You
last time.
said you had a lot prepared, so We haven't used all of the stuff you've prepped tonight anyway, probably, have we?
No,
So-
actually, I had maps of the Crow dungeon already there and stuff. So
He expected us to get to the plot.
You had maps, and you're upset when I asked her to draw us maps.
He didn't have those
I,
maps.
I have piece maps. I have maps that put room by room down. I'll see if I can scribble something together.
As long as I can find my way to the treasure room and the secret door and stuff when,
What
I'm on
time? What time do you want me to be awake on Saturday evening? 6-ish.
Saturday evening.
I would be happy with 6-ish. Gives us some more time to have our catch-up talks, and then
I can start earlier. The earlier I start, the more likely you are to find a slightly hungover person who is potentially talking rubbish.
I think 6 is a good time. It gives most of us a chance to eat somewhat beforehand, and gives
Awesome.
me more time to prep during the day and whatnot. And
Okay.
Sounds good. So 4 for me.
yes,
Awesome. All right, 6 o'clock on the 8th. Awesome.
It's nearly Christmas, people.
I know.
I can't believe how anemic the bag was this year.
Well,
People
it was started fairly late, to be honest.
Yeah, but I don't know.
We've had a lot going on, as
Oh,
you may
wow.
have picked up
Yeah.
bits and pieces of through like we don't deliberately not tell you. You're just not around very much when you're not here.
Well, and that's kind of why I've missed this. I've gone out of contact, not just from a playing standpoint, but from a friend standpoint too. I'm out of the loop on everything.
Well,
You suck, dude.
the Cliff Notes version is we
Cliff
nearly
Notes
we
version.
nearly got deported because forms didn't get put in the right place at the right time. I worked my ass off for like a billion different shows and ended up winning one of them, but not another.
Woo!
Hal's dad, who is vice president of like a big ass awesome company, was made redundant with no notice, and currently doesn't have a job, although they don't seem particularly concerned. And he's had like 10 million interviews. But yeah.
VP type people seem to be a lot more mobile than general workforce these days. There's a lot of people that just want to scoop up.
Well, he's had
People from other companies.
he's had a job offer for somewhere in like Asia, but Hal's mum's like no. So yeah, but as they're not worrying, we're not worrying too much.
Well,
Although
from what I have heard from recordings, Hal's dad is apparently very awesome.
he is pretty awesome. Last week he had there was one day last week
Uh-oh. Do we lose both of
where
them?
he had 5.
I'm here.
I'm here.
She's there.
Hello.
It was just a pause, I guess.
You froze. There was one day last week and you froze.
Okay. Where your dad had like 4 interviews in a day, 5 interviews in a day. 6.
Wow.
And he's got like 6 or 7 different headhunters working for him and stuff.
9.
He's a rather popular.
Last I heard, he'd had 4 interviews with IBM, and they were trying to squeeze him in
Are they the ones that are trying?
for their
Has he got-
psychometric testing.
Okay, because are they the ones that have offered the job? I know
No,
he's been offered one.
IBM is a bitch to get into at that level. Apparently,
Okay.
he's had
Yeah.
four interviews so far. Now now they're looking at psychometrically testing him, at which point he'll have a minimum of 2 more interviews before they even consider making an offer.
Yeah, they're hardcore.
But they've got a partner position open, so he's quite interested, I think.
Oh, yeah. There's an IBM tower here in Seattle.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll go to work in Second Life. They have a big Second Life thing, don't they?
Oh, that's right. They do that now.
Yeah, you can actually go to work in Second Life, which is kind of weird.
But yes,
Okay.
that would be our recent goings on. So it was
Woo.
interesting. You hadn't stopped the recorder yet, had you, Hal?
No, sweetie.
Shit. You'll take this bit off the end, won't you?
I wasn't planning on it.
Please.
Why?
I genuinely thought you'd stopped it for some reason. I don't really want.
What? Did the
I don't
words, I've stopped the record,
No.
everybody say goodbye, ever go?
Sorry.
I'm not editing this. It's going out as it is. Nobody's listening anyway.
Oh, that's not true.
I don't know. It's all been a big flurry of activity on my forums recently.
Well, those things, they're like up to what, almost 30 posts on each of those threads.
Oh yeah,
Not
that's
to
true.
mention
We're getting
the
there. Some stuff's
first,
getting some good posts.
There's some more people asking about when the next Shared Stars coming out. So
That's good.
I think there's almost
Or-
200 views on the first video, 50 views on the second video.
Oh yeah, on the YouTubes, that's pretty good. We're doing all right with that. I don't know how many people are watching the movies or not, but
The views climb decently.
but I mean, a view is just somebody hitting the file. Then I may not actually be watching the video.
Well, check your YouTube channel. There is actually something that will show how long people.
How long they're staying, and this is the bounce rate, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Lindsay's done. Are you
No,
done, love?
I'm turning it so that I can take my headphones off because they're in.
All right, Chuck. All right, I'm gonna stop the video. Say goodbye.
Bye.
People who I'd already thought were gone.